Hello. Did I scare you? Hey. Oh. See what happens? You see? Ow! Where did I go? Hello? Uh-oh. That's what happens, chat. That's what happens when you throw me away. Like that. You bonk me, and then I disappear. Hold on, give me 1 second. Hey, we love tech issues. Wait, we love tech issues. Alright, I'm back. Hi everyone. Hello. Welcome on in. A good morning, a good day, a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good night. No matter what time it may be, I hope you are having a wonderful, wonderful Thursday so far. I did get bonked to the void. But hi everyone. Thank you so much for your patience. I was having a lot of tech issues with the game for today, and I decided to call off the game. So no Wuthering Waves for today, just because there were too many tech issues trying to update the game, and so unfortunately, no Wuthering Waves today, so I do apologize for anyone that was looking forward to some Wuthering Waves. But I still want to stream, even though it is quite late. I did think about calling off, but I thought it'd be nice to at least do like a shorter stream today. You know, even if it's just us chatting, if I don't end up playing a game. But I am going to stream a little bit tomorrow. So I'll stream a little bit tomorrow to make up for today as well. Okay? But yeah, I do apologize about the update. It's just... If you weren't here during the pre-chat, essentially what happened was I tried to update my, my Wuthering Waves. And it was updating for like 3 hours. I had it uploading, for a while, and then it just stopped. And then I tried to restart it, and it worked the first time. And then it paused again. And then I restarted again, and then it went back down to like 0%. Right? And so I was just like, ow! And so, yeah, I decided to just go ahead and call it off for today for Wuthering Waves. So no spicy waifu today. They said no waifus today. Cantarella, she's too strong. We can't have you looking at her just yet. So Cantarella will be next Thursday instead for those that look forward to Miss Wuthering Waves Cantarella. But yeah, no Wuthering Waves today. Apparently, Wuwa having update progress like Windows 98. Huh? Is Wuwa being bad? Yeah, not being bad. I think it's just my computer. I do have space for the update because I think you guys said it's like 24 gigs, right? So currently, I was checking my space as it was updating, and I'm not gonna lie, all my drives are currently in the red. And if you know what that means, essentially all my drives are pretty close to being maxed out. And so I do have enough to be able to account for the update. I think it's just that, I don't know, maybe it's like the lack of space because it's so close to maxing out that it's like lagging, or if there's another reason. But yeah, I'll probably try to clear out some of my storage tomorrow after stream. But yeah, for example, I have 7.44 gigabytes available on one disk. Out of 222 gigabytes, so that's the first one. My second drive has 174 gigabytes out of 1.81 terabytes. And then my last one is at 75.9 gigabytes out of 931 gigabytes. So yeah, it's kind of full. It's kind of red. So yeah, I'll probably have to just clear out some space, and then maybe that will help with the downloads and the uploads. But yeah, we'll see. We shall see. So fingers crossed. I might have to Thanos snap a gotcha. God, I really hope I don't have to, but I might have to. We'll see. Hi Nimby, welcome on in. Konbawa. Hello, Nimby. How you doing today? If your C drive is low on storage, that could be the cause, since that's usually the primary drive. Yeah, I think so. Because I did download a game recently, and so my gigabytes, it's at 7 gigabytes essentially out of 200 gigabytes. And so yeah, I'd probably have to clear up my C drive a little bit today after stream. And then tomorrow we'll come back. Like I said, we'll make up for it tomorrow. But yeah, I don't know what we'll do today. We'll kind of just go with the flow, see how things go. Usually Willow doesn't even start the update though if not enough space is available, because that happened to me. Oh, no. I'm not worried about like not enough space. I think, I don't know, maybe it's slow because I don't have enough space. You know what I mean? So, or maybe it's just my download speed. Maybe internet is just like not working out today, right? It's stable enough that I can stream, but maybe my internet is just kind of like bad today. Because usually updates don't take me that long. I don't have fiber internet, but we have pretty good internet. And so it's not supposed to take 3 hours, you know? I'm Ethernet. I have Ethernet on for my computer. Yeah, not Wi-Fi. Ethernet. Hi, Mod Rocker. Hi, West. Hello, Yellow Ring. Hi, Void, by the way. Hello. We also have... Hi, Megan. Hi, Void. Hello, DD Plate. You're supposed to have around a third of your drive free. Ooh. Oh, I haven't had that in a while. Judas, thank you so much. Yes, I completely understand if today is a lurking day for a majority of y'all, since I am starting stream way later than usual. Like, I was actually about to call off stream for today just because I felt so bad that, you know, it just took so long for the update to even process and then for it to like poop out at the end, you know. But I decided I did want to stream at least a little bit, you know. Just a little bit, even if it's a shorter stream, and then we'll do another short stream tomorrow, and then we'll do like a proper stream on Saturday. But yes, Judas, thank you for lurking. I appreciate that. Thank you. I know, what an update. I feel like that's been the case recently for a lot of gacha games. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like gacha games are just so chunky for their updates. And that's a big reason why I don't end up playing a lot of gachas all on the same day. Just because there's so many updates happening. And so usually I try to like separate the updates. But yeah, it can be pretty beefy. Yeah. Hi, Lily. Yeah, they really are, right? They're just so... I feel like with each update, I just... Like, for example, you know, I play Fortnite sometimes, right? And Fortnite's not a gacha. But Fortnite, I haven't updated in a while because it's just such a big update, right? And so I try to update overnight, but sometimes the update just bugs out overnight, just like with the gacha games. And so I just have to restart the update. But while it's updating, I can't do anything because it's such a big update. And so yeah, I haven't updated my Fortnite in a very long time because it's just... But yeah, same thing with gacha. Gacha is getting heftier and heftier with each update. And so I just feel like I need to either, clear out space, or maybe I'll get a completely new drive just for gachas. Can you imagine a drive just for gacha games? I mean, to be fair, I do have Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, Infinity, Nikki. I also have Wuthering Waves, right? And ZZZ. And so I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if those 5 gachas in one drive already took up a lot of space. Because they're chunky. They're very hefty, you know, amount of data in each gacha game. So maybe I'll get myself like a designated drive specifically just for gacha, so that we don't run into issues for Gacha Thursdays. You think I should do that? Think I should get like a 4th drive just for gacha games? Maybe we'll get like a terabyte. Or is that too excessive? A terabyte just for gacha? But yeah, I used to actually download all my streams back in the day when I first began streaming, because I didn't know how to export my streams to YouTube. And so I used to download all my streams because back then, you know, before I was partner, right? I think the VODs only lasted for like 2 weeks. And so I used to download my VODs, right? And so all my VODs went into my terabyte drive. But nowadays, I just, you know, export a bunch of my videos to my YouTube, and then I dual stream on YouTube now, right? As you guys can see, both on YouTube and on Twitch right now. And so on my YouTube side, I do have my live stream section that has all my videos, even if it expires on Twitch. So that's really nice. I'm really happy about that. VODs last for 1 week? Wait, when did they change that? Is that just for, like... What? I swear, I thought it was like 2 weeks. Yeah, I thought it was 2 weeks. A terabyte for gotcha. Yeah. I do have an external drive. So maybe I could just, transfer some stuff to my external drive instead. If you're not a partner or something, VODs are now a week. Wait, really? Even if you're an affiliate? I know if you have like Amazon Prime, like even if you're not a partner, I think it should last at least, I want to say, what was it, like a month for people that have Prime? It's been a while. I don't remember anymore. But that's really short. A week just for VODs. Dang. Also, just a reminder, if you guys do stream or if you have, highlights on your your Twitch side, all right? Don't forget, April 19th is when they're going to, essentially Thanos snap any highlights that you have or videos that you've saved on the Twitch side if it goes over the 100 gigabyte limit, I believe, right? So just a reminder for those that don't know, they are Thanos snapping. Yeah, it's up to 100 gigabytes of data that they are... No, 100 hours, not gigabytes. Sorry. I'm thinking of my drive. 100 hours. So if you have 100 hours of content saved, anything over 100, I think they are going to get rid of. So just a reminder, okay? This does not include clips. It does not include broadcasts. It only includes highlights and other videos that you've saved. So yeah, for me it's just highlights. I'm almost done. I'm about like halfway done. I'm to cutting down my highlights. Most of them have been exported to my YouTube, so that's good. They will still keep the past highlights just up until it reaches 100. Yeah, so essentially the limit that they're enforcing is 100 hours, right? 100 hours of content. So it's only when you go past the 100-hour mark is when that you won't be able to save any more highlights. And I believe you can't save more stuff until you go down to the 100-hour mark. And so for me, I've been just transferring all my VODs over to the YouTube side. Recently upgraded my video storage external from 2 terabytes to 14 terabytes. Oh, nice! I was considering getting additional internal for my recordings and non-game stuff. Yeah! I don't know. I haven't gotten another drive in a while. Maybe I should. Dang, I feel like I really do need to update a bunch of my... PC parts. PC, new drive, I need to get a new motherboard, I need to get a new more RAM. Yeah. God. Once I buy a new phone, that old one will become a graveyard for all my shutdown gacha games there. Why not have a specified gacha drive for PC? Don't say that, bio. I mean, if anything, if it does get to a point, right, where all the gacha that I play does end up expiring, what that means is that I'll have, a spare drive, right, for future stuff that I need to save on there. Yeah. Yeah, they're really chunky. They're really chunky. Hi, Savvy. I don't know if I said hi to you yet today, but hello. Food guesser. You guys want to play? Well, what is cost coddle? I know food guesser, but I don't know what cost coddle is. What's that? Hi, Humor. Welcome on in. Hello, Prague. Welcome on in as well. Hello. Jer, welcome on in. Yeah, we love tech issues. Hi, Dosa. Welcome on in. Sarah, thank you for lurking. Hi, Chi. Nice to see you as well, Chi. Welcome on in. Hello. Hi, Melda. Welcome on in to you too. You guess the price of an item for the feed. Oh, really? Oh, I haven't heard of cost coddle before. We can do that. We can do some like dailies, just to like chit chat and do some stuff, as I talk and yap. And just download more RAM. Oh, yeah. That's how it works. Oh, my. Yeah, I was going to say 100 gigabytes. That doesn't sound right. Yeah, I was thinking of my my drives still. Flamina! No pretty lady as in no Cantarella today. Today was supposed to be the day where we like check out Cantarella and Wuthering Waves. We were supposed to watch her trailer, react to her and everything like that, right? But I cannot do that today because today my Wuthering Waves update decided to have tech issues. And so, no pretty lady today, but that's okay. That's alright. But yeah, we'll just chat for a little bit and then, like I said, I'll do a bit more tomorrow as well. We'll do another stream tomorrow too to make up for it. Yeah, I'm still here. Oh my gosh, Flamina. But I didn't mean me. Thanks, Flamina. But yeah, not me. We're talking about Cantarella. God, Cantarella is so pretty. But oh my goodness, she's kind of spicy. I've seen the little, like, you know, I'm pretty sure most people, if you guys follow the gotcha part of Twitter, you've seen the tweets of Cantarella and her tongue, right? Oh my goodness, her tongue movement is unlike any other sort of physics that I've seen in gotcha games. Oh god. Azumi, thank you so much for the 3 stream streak. Draco, thank you so much for the 7 stream streak. Shelby, konbawa, good evening. But yeah, once again, I'm so sorry for the delay in my stream today. I didn't expect Wuthering Waves to be so problematic with the update. Fish Frogs, hello. Welcome on in on the YouTube side. That's okay. That's all right. Yeah, if you're not a Twitter user, that's good. You know, it's good. Honestly, you might be happier that way. Because I feel like, I don't know. I go on Twitter for my, you know, to see my friends, to see my mutuals, right? To see, you know, game news and stuff like that, right? But yeah, I feel like, you know how Twitter has that feature where you can say, like, you're not interested, right? I've been doing that a lot for some stuff that they're trying to push out to me. But it just doesn't work out. I don't think it actually does anything. And so what I do is I've been just, like, muting all the Twitter accounts that post the things I don't want to see. And so I just mute them. I mute them. And then that's been working. But God, I just feel like it doesn't... I never end up seeing, you know, people that I want to see. Like the friends that tweet or, you know, my mutuals that tweet. And so nowadays, for the most part, I don't really go too much on Twitter except for updates from Apple from artists, right? So yeah. And then I keep forgetting to post a Blue Sky. Blue Sky I have as well. It's just that, you know, I suck at posting on Twitter. And so if I suck at posting on Twitter, you know, I think I'm gonna be even worse on Blue Sky. But actually, I was pretty good at posting both on Twitter and on Blue Sky. I think what bothers me about Blue Sky is that they don't have the whole feature where you can upload videos onto Blue Sky yet, right? And so I remember I had stopped posting on Blue Sky when I wasn't able to post my debut teasers on there, right? I was a little disappointed. And so I just, I stopped posting on Blue Sky because they didn't have the video option. And so I focused on Twitter. And then because I focused so much on Twitter, I forgot about Blue Sky. And so I'm really hoping that maybe, just maybe, they'll like update the, I think what's the limit right now for Blue Sky? Blue Sky video limit. Let me see. Yeah, before, I think it was like, let me see, Blue Sky. Yeah. So I think Blue Sky is like 60 seconds, and then Twitter has like a much longer time frame for videos. Oh, wait! Did they update it? Oh my god! Wait, I see the update. Okay, it looks like it happened last month. Blue Sky now lets users upload videos that are up to 3 minutes long. Oh, okay, maybe I'll come back. Yay! Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so now you can do videos up to 3 minutes long, because I think, yeah, it was like what, like 60 seconds, so like a minute or something, right? And then even though it was like a minute long or like 3 minutes long, I think you still weren't able to upload past a certain size for videos as well, right? And so all of my teasers were not able to be posted onto Blue Sky. And so I was a little sad about that, but if Blue Sky updated, you know, I'll gladly post on there too. But yeah, I just, you know, I didn't want to go through the whole trouble of converting to Blue Sky in terms of like my videos that I recorded for my teasers and stuff, since I was so jam-packed at the time. Hi Yema, welcome on in for the first time. How you doing today? Welcome on in. It's a pleasure to have you here at our tea shop. Welcome, welcome. I don't know if this helps or not, but if you type speed test in your browser, you can see how fast your network is. Oh, I've done that a couple times. We have pretty good speed. Yeah, we have decent speed. There's even TikTok like this Blue Sky app. And what? Wait, really? There's a TikTok Blue Sky app? I also post YouTube videos on Blue Sky. I feel like, I don't know, there is no algorithm right now on Blue Sky, right? But for me, I feel like with social media, I post links for things like my streams and stuff, right? But I try to keep links and stuff specifically for streams and for covers or like highlights of videos that I come out with. Speaking of, I'm gonna be posting a highlight on Saturday. It's gonna be of the Valentine's Day collab that I did with Tao, my best friend. So I hope you guys are excited for that. That's gonna come out on Saturday. I believe everything should be fine. I do need to do a final check of the edit, but yeah, that should be coming out on Saturday.
Tech issues, LV clap.
Hi Raph, how you doing? Thank you so much for the resub at 48 months. I hope you enjoy your emotes as well as your sub badge. Welcome to the tea shop again. I hope you enjoy your stay. Thank you, Raph. Yeah, tech issues. How you doing, Raph? Yeah, all the hype, all the love. Yeah, it's okay. That's alright. Blue Sky purposely doesn't have an algorithm besides who you follow, and when you click on the trending tab, I know! It's like Tumblr all over again. God. It's like, it's so weird to see it, because I remember when I was first scrolling on Blue Sky, right? I was like, oh, it's kind of like Tumblr, you know? Like when Tumblr first started, right? You use all the hashtags, get people, you know, that clicked on hashtags, and yeah, it's really based off of like who, like even more so, right? I feel like that's also a thing too. Blue Sky, like I've talked about before, right? For those that have expressed like wanting to support me or support other streamers or other content creators, right? The best way you can support someone for free, by the way, is to really, you know, interact with posts that they make, because for places like Twitter, right, there's an algorithm. So the more that you interact with the post, the more that the algorithm's like, oh, people actually care about, you know, stuff like this. And so they'll push it out to more people. But on places like Blue Sky, it's even more unforgiving if you don't interact with it, because the only way that people will be able to see posts on Blue Sky is if people retweet, right? And then the retweet is seen by the people that follow the people that you're, you know, that follow you, kind of thing. And so yeah, Blue Sky is even more, I feel like, of a place where it's important to, you know, interact with the posts that streamers that you like make, or people that you like make, such as artists, right? So retweeting and liking stuff is even more important on Blue Sky than places like Twitter, right? Because there is no algorithm on Blue Sky. It's all about resharing, you know, commenting, liking it, yeah, etc., etc. Oh, it's okay, Yema. I don't know either. You would think I would know, right? About tech issues and stuff and how to solve them as a streamer of 5 years, but I don't. I just, you know, I ask my friends for help, or I Google and try to figure things out myself. And then my friends get mad at me for not asking them for help because, you know, they're always down to help. But I don't want to bother them. And so they're just like, Elveira, just ask us. And I'm just like, oh, I don't want to bother you. Considered subs. No, I always say this, okay? Like, if you guys want to sub, you can sub, right? But if you don't have the funds to sub, or if you don't want to sub, right? That's fine. There are so many ways to support people that you watch if you don't want to spend money, right? There's lots of free ways to support streamers. And like I said, right? The best way to support me, if you guys want to support me without having to spend any money, it's just by being here and just hanging out, right, with the person that you're watching, right, already is so much more support than you can imagine, right? So yeah, just being here is already more than enough. And then if you want to, if you want to support streamers even more, right, in a more monetary way, then things like subs and bits and whatnot, right, are always helpful to fund projects, to fund ideas, right? Like, for example, the harmonica, right? We use the harmonica. This harmonica, I was able to get thanks to y'all, right? We did the harmonica challenge, and in the future, I definitely want to do more harmonica challenges. God, it's so fun. I love the harmonica. Oh, thank you, Yama. Thank you for the follow. I'm glad you like the vibes here. I don't know how to play the harmonica. The only time that I've used the harmonica so far was for the solo repo challenge, right? Where I had to try not to scream. And that was really fun. But I do want to... I like learning new instruments. And so I do want to learn more about the harmonica. And maybe I'll even try to learn a song for y'all. Maybe instead of like just the birthday kalimba, I can do like the birthday harmonica for you guys. That'd be fun. Birthday harmonica or kalimba. Just whistle it, jinx it. The thing is, I don't know how to whistle. I'm really bad at whistling. You guys want to hear? I can't whistle. I can't whistle like people do, where they can whistle a whole entire song. Right, let me try to whistle happy birthday. I can't whistle. Man, I can only play like 4 songs on the harp. But that's so cool though. Even if it's just one song, right? That's something you can say. You can say that you can play, one song on the harmonica, right? That's so funny. I don't know. I want to learn how to whistle, but I don't know how to whistle. I just know how to blow air out, like... Or... I feel like I can whistle better by sucking in air than blowing out air. But it's just like it's one monotone note. That's it. It's just... I know many people who don't know how to whistle. Yeah. I know a lot of people that can whistle, though. I feel like a majority of people in my life know how to whistle. I'm just like, dang it. But you know what my mom... I blame it on Mom Beer. You know why? Because back when I was younger, Mom Beer told me... Mom Beer, part of her, what it's like to be a proper young lady. Because Mom Beer was all about me learning how to be a proper young lady growing up, right? Mom Beer was like... She was like, Elveira! A proper young lady does not whistle. And I was like, why not? And you know what my mom said? You can tell. It's just like a very specific experience catered towards her. My mom, she told me that whistling is only for guys to do, because apparently a lot of guys that she grew up with would whistle as they're going to the bathroom. And I was just like, what are you talking about, mother? What is this experience? What is this correlation with whistling that you have in your brain? I feel like whistling is just whistling. And so, yeah, Mom Beer, she said, a proper young lady does not whistle. And I found out through Dad Vera that Mom Vera, it was just that she, in the place that she grew up in, majority of the guys that she was around, would whistle as they went to the bathroom, so, yeah. And I was like, okay, Mom, all right. It sounds like something out of elementary school that she just had like stuck in her head, But yeah, Mom Vera, that's like one of the little like goofy stories that Mom Vera has told me in terms of like what it's like to be a proper young lady growing up. I have so many more stories, right? So yeah, in the future, maybe I'll do like a whole segment of Mom Vera's advice of being like a proper young lady for me personally. God. Damn. I remember every time that I tried to whistle or learn how to whistle when I was younger, Mom Vera would instantly be like, no, stop that, Elveira. So any moment that I tried, she'd be like, no. I know, right? It feels like out of a movie. I know, right? And God, I've never thought that for whistling. Whistling is just, it's just whistling. It's just like playing an instrument, I don't know why mom... I mean, yeah, that's Mom Vera. Your mom's funny. Yeah. My mom, she's very traditional. Okay, keep that in mind. She's very traditional. She grew up in a very traditional family. Traditional to the point, once again, where, they have arranged marriages and all that stuff. And how, in her mind, right, she grew up with the mentality that she needs to be the housewife, right? And my dad's like the breadwinner, et cetera, et cetera. So very, very traditional. And so I'm I grew up in America, right? After they moved to America. And for me, I grew up in I grew up in a very different mindset from Mom Vera. Same with Bro Vera. We're more modern. We don't really care about traditions like that. And so, yeah, I was seen as like a quote unquote like a rebel when I was younger because I didn't want to follow all the, traditions that Mom Vera wanted to put onto me to be like a proper young lady. I mean, I still did a lot of stuff that she told me to do, but there's a lot of stuff that I just did not do either. Bread! There's bread! Not the bread. America, how's the tax there? Oh, God, not taxes. I just finished taxes last month. I don't want to think about taxes again. Taxes are over. I've done them and I'm good until next year. Gone. I did my thing. I did my my thing as a US citizen. Oh God. But yeah, I remember though, like when I was younger, right? Mom Vera would say things like, "Oh yeah, a proper young lady, a lady is supposed to, learn all of these chores and blah de da de da, to be a proper housewife, for her husband." And I told my mom, I think I was like 8 years old when I started, talking to her about stuff like this. I said, "Why? What if I don't want to be a housewife? What if I want to work and help support?" the household. What if I want to work, with my future spouse, right? And my mom, she was just like, what do you mean you want to work? What do you mean you want to work? Yeah. And I'm just like, a lot of people here in America, a lot of young ladies, do work as well. And so I said, what if I want to work? What if I don't want to be a housewife? But yeah, Mom Vera and I, like when I was really young, we used to bicker a lot. I mean, we still do, not as much as before, but yeah, we bicker a lot. And then I've gotten to the point now where I just kind of, I think once after high school, I just kind of, I would talk to Mom Vera about things that I think that is not right in terms of like things that she thinks of. But for the most part, I keep it more like less bickering and more just like a calm conversation. I try to keep it calm, No, I love tissues. Hi, Pixel. Welcome on in. How you doing today? I'm not doing taxes because I'm not a proper... Oh, God. Don't worry, But once again, proper young lady is the terminology that Mom Vera would use. Right? So don't worry. Hi, Belle. Welcome on in, too. Yeah, everyone that has a job, right? And you receive your forms, right? You do need to do taxes. just once again, be wary of the IRS. IRS is scary. I'm scared of the IRS, I'm scared. Yeah. Sorry, Pixel. Sorry. Sorry. I do something play. Welcome on in. How you doing today? Hi, Oppose. Chatting your tech expert is delivering your DoorDash. Huh? No, Drunken Tyrant. No. They're not optional. You'll find out real fast from the IRS. Imagine at the end of the month and you forget to pay taxes. I feel like the thing is, right, although I am scared of the IRS, in reality, with the IRS, if there is something wrong, you'll receive like an audit, right? And then you'll be able to just like fix it and correct it before any other further action is taken. And so technically, even though it is scary, if you mess things up, you will still receive, I think, like an audit, right? Before you go to jail. Just a bit angry with what's going on. Oh, yeah. In terms of like stream, for the most part, yeah, we'll keep things chill. Yeah, the taxes part just came up because of Taxes. Really? Yeah, I don't know anything about taxes elsewhere. What the heck, Void? Is that why you kept doing the brows eyebrow emoji? Alright, ready? Okay. Oh, God. Here is your Ara Ara. I hope you enjoyed it, boy. Oh my gosh! Did you guys get pranked on April Fools, by the way? I got pranked. I saw the post that the CEO of Twitch got banned, and I was like, what? What do you mean? The CEO of Twitch got banned. And then I got pranked because I realized it was an April Fool's joke, and I was like, oh my God. They got me. They got me, man. They got me. Okay, Kyle. I see today is an all caps username day. How the heck do they let you change username so much? I thought the username changes for like once a month. I'm sorry that you got pranked. What kind of I'm sorry that you got pranked. What kind of apology is that? That's like the apology that people do, you know, when they're not sincerely apologizing. Have you guys ever encountered that, right? Where someone says something like that, where they're like, I'm sorry that you feel this way. I pranked some people on April Fools, making them think that, oh, that you don't like anime anymore. Ah, I see. Yeah, I don't trust anything on April Fools. I don't trust anything. Except for the they got me with that darn, you know, ban. Because the ban thing, right? I always see it pop up on Twitter, just like, you know, people getting banned and whatnot. And so I'm just like, oh. That's red flags right there. I only got rickrolled when I clicked on a free game alert on Discord. That was the only prank that got me. Oh, that's scary. Okay, in all seriousness, okay? Please be careful, chat. If you ever see any notification from people saying that there's a free game available, or they want you to try their game or download their game, please avoid that like the plague, okay? Don't even entertain it. Don't even respond, okay? There are so many people that have gotten scammed and have gotten their account compromised because of the whole free game or like game testing download over the past years. And so, yeah, just a friendly reminder, okay? Be wary of clicking links from people on Discord, right? Even if it's someone that you know, some people can get hacked. And so just be careful, okay? Be wary. Hi, Coley. Oh, they let you change the capitalization easily. Hi, Mili. Today I learned it's a secret. Well, your secret is out now, Kyle. I pranked another VTuber by saying I have something important to... I feel like personally I don't like things like that. Like when someone messages me like, can we talk? Or I have something to tell you. Or the scariest message of them all is when you get a message from a random person and all they do is say hi. They're just like, hi. And I'm just like, what do you want? Because for me, you know, at this point in my life, I feel like if someone messages me, if it's not like a friend or a mutual that's saying hi, if it's like a random person saying hi to me, I feel like I'd want to know what they want from me in their first message, you know? Like for me personally, when I message artists for the first time, right? Or people that want to commission for the first time, I always say things like, hi, I'm looking to do this and this. Like, I'd like to commission this from you. Are you available, right? I never just open up a conversation with just like, hi, you know? Because I get anxious from messages like that, right? And so I feel like the more like professional sense is to include like what you need, you know? And so I don't like messages like that where people are like, I have something to tell you. And I'm just like, you can't just tell me? You can't just tell me? Like in the text, you know? Like it's a little different if it's, for example, like if it's a friend, you know, saying we need to talk and for example, they want to call, right? Then I'm like, okay, we can call, right? But if it's just text, I'm just like, just please tell me. Just tell me in the first sentence. Just tell me. You know? Gretchy. Hi, Gretchy. Can we get a shout out for Gretchy, please? But yeah, or like, you know, I just feel like it's just nice to tell people right away, like, what you want. Not, you know, get to the point. Like, if it doesn't require, you know, like a phone call or something, or if it's not just like a goofy, I feel like most people don't just like say hi unless it's for like, you know, laughs. If it's someone, you know, it's a friend, right? It's when people say like, did you want to talk? It's like that Tamagotchi life trailer, you know? Did you want to talk? You know? Wait. Can someone do the alert? We have that as a command now. Yeah. A better combo. Yeah, Tamagotchi stomping. Did you want to talk? Did you want to talk? What's the command? What did Derpy make the command? Did you want to talk? Hold on, let me see. What did he make it? Let me look at it. Hold on, chat. Give me 1 second. Hi, Sola! Everyone in chat, did you want to talk? Talk? Want to talk? Hey, let me see.
Did you want to talk?
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Wait, I want to change it so that it can be used in multiple ways. But yeah, that thingy. Where did he put it? Is it the store? He did make it through the store. Okay. I'll do it. Did you want to talk? Did you want to talk? Or just do talk. Let's just do talk, okay? Just to make it easier. Talk. Oh wait, did he make it into a command? He did. Okay, I'll make some command aliases. Talk. Did you want to talk? Want? I can't turn that into an alias? Did you want to talk? Want to talk? Talk. Is just talk? Okay, I'll just leave it as talk then. Alright. Talk. Okay, but it works. Okay. Good. It works. Alright. Talk to want. You want to talk? Talk want to talk want talk. Oh god. Talk want to talk want. How to talk? How to want to talk? Speaking of talking, you know what just came into my head? So, for talking, right? Most people just kind of like go up to each other and just start talking to each other. But I'm curious, and like, I guess because, you know, I was thinking about Love Again with the Valentine's Day highlight from, you know, the collab that we did coming up soon on Saturday. I was curious for you guys. Have you ever, like, when you see someone you like, you know, or you have someone that you like, right? How have you like gone about it? Because there are people that have talked about it, you know, they like go like in person. Some people you always see in like the bar scenario, you know, it's like they're at the bar and then they go up to them and start hitting them up and just like chit-chatting and stuff like that, right? But how do you guys go about it? Like even for friends, you know, like for people that you want to be friends with, do you just like go up to them and start talking to them? Or are you the type to kind of just like, you know, just kind of like wait for a mutual situation? Or do you not do that? I am part of the crowd of people that don't do that. I don't just go up to people and start talking to them because I'm very shy. Okay, I'm very shy. And so I don't just strike up conversations like that. you know. I'm part of the introvert crowd where I just kind of get adopted by an extrovert because they talk to me and then we start talking and then wow, we're friends. So how do you guys go about it? You guys have something you do when you meet new people? If I'm more comfortable around people, I'll walk up to them and talk to them. Like if it's a complete stranger, like your first time meeting someone and you're like, I want to be their friend or I'm interested in them. You just like go up to them and talk to them. That sounds so foreign to me. I don't do that. None of the above, but sometimes I wait for a mutual. Hard for me to strike up a conversation. Right? I feel like for me, I'm definitely more of someone that waits for a mutual and then I'll be there in the conversation and talk to them kind of thing. And then that's how we kind of get introduced. Or with other friends, I just kind of, once again, get adopted by the extroverts. Hi, Neem. Too shy to start a conversation and make friends. I wait for people to interact with me first. I want to break out of that bubble, though. I feel like I want to, interact with people first more as well, instead of always being the one waiting, I guess, right? Because I know some people are shy too, and I also want to, reach out. I mean, I'm not one to go up to someone and talk at all. I just creepily stand next to them until I notice. What do you mean, Pixel? Please tell me. That's not for both, like, friends and romantic interests? Oh, God. Is that how you got to know your girlfriend? You just kind of stood next to her until she noticed you? Oh, God. I talk more often to that person. I do not know how to flirt with women. I'm too shy. I just hold it. Oh no, Gretchy. Not the holding it in. No. I just imagine Gretchy in the corner. She's like fidgeting with her fingers trying to like say something, but she's like, holding it in because she's too shy. And I'm just like, same. That's me with new people. I've been single since 2018, so I don't know. Oh, that's like a current man. That's okay. I have friends that are like that too, right? Where they haven't dated in a while and they just don't remember how to flirt. That's okay too. That's all right. Yeah, I know, right? Go up to people. Oh, God. Oh, God. Hi, Angelic Tune. I'd have to leave my house to meet new people. True. Very true. I don't know. Do people do that nowadays? Like, I know there are some people that go to clubs and go to bars, but I don't know. I feel like for me, maybe it's just like me being an introvert. I don't know too many people, even that are extroverts, that like go up to bars by themselves, and start chatting to people. I know people that are friends that go to bars together, right? And go hang out and stuff. But I feel like, I don't know, I don't really hear about people going to bars just to meet people, kind of like how they do in the movies, type of thing. I mean, to be fair though, like back in university, I do remember like random people coming up to me to try to start conversation. And we talk, It was a little intimidating for me just because I didn't know who the person was. And for me, in my brain, I'm always just like, stranger danger. What do they want from me? And so I'm just like, oh. Like when guys would approach me in university, like I remember, I've talked about this story before, right? It's like I was in university and like freshman year, sophomore year, I'll just like go to the library and, do my homework and have my lunch, And I'd be by myself because I didn't really talk to people in university for like the first 2 years. And so I had guys that would come up to me and just like sit down next to me on like a sofa because there are multiple like sofas you could sit on, right? And so I remember there was this guy that like sat down next to me and he was like, hey, how you doing? And I was just like, me? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, hi. Doing well. Just having my lunch, eating some food. He's like, cool. What major are you? And then we just kind of talked, right? We talked for like a little bit and then he left. And I was just like, oh. He didn't even ask my name. He didn't ask for like my name. He didn't anything. I just wanted to have a conversation and then he left. I usually start conversations, just go up to people and ask questions sometimes. You offer candy. You see, that's sweet, right? I think that's really sweet. But I'd be terrified. I would never eat candy from a stranger. I would never eat anything from a stranger. I feel like I'd be very nervous about that. That's so true, though. I feel like, yeah, outside of, like, after university and after, you know, like if people work remote from home, right? I feel like it's not too often that you meet people. Because most people meet each other from places like the workplace or from school, right? Or from social events with friends. So if you don't go out, of course, you're not going to meet people. Unless you're on Discord, you know? Like for me, I was at home, you know, but I met people on Twitch. I met a lot of good friends, actually, from Twitch. And I'm very grateful for that. How I got into my friend group is that I knew one person and I was taken by everyone else. And the rest is history. Those are like the best, you know, I feel like the best ways to get into a friend group. That's cool. No, good man, no. Complete strangers. I don't talk to strangers too much anymore. Ah, okay. Like at a party, it's kind of just hang around in a group, having conversation, and find a place I can kind of pitch in, I guess. Yeah, you were talking. We have to talk to people. Introverts, rise. One-on-one is usually only with people I'm not familiar with. Really? Wait, whoa. I felt like you're gonna go the opposite way. I feel like for me, if I talk one-on-one with someone, I'm familiar with them. Like I'm comfortable with them. I am definitely not comfortable with people if it's like me talking one-on-one with them by myself. I feel like if I'm not familiar with someone, I need like a mutual friend to kind of help facilitate the conversation, you know, just to bounce off of the conversation and stuff. If it's like one-on-one with someone brand new, I get very shy and very quiet. Like I'll still try to maintain the conversation, you know? Like I usually, if someone's talking to me, I will, you know, try to keep the conversation going, right? But yeah, I'm very, very shy. Very shy. Where is this? Where you have to talk to someone? Oh, okay, so, no worries. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, one-on-one is more when you're comfortable with someone. Yes. If it's a networking event or some sort of interest group, everyone is there to meet people. So you just go up to them, introduce yourselves. Oh, okay, I mean, yeah, if it's different. If it's like networking, right? Oh, wait, you mean like for work? Or do people like network for fun? But yeah, for networking, like I did that too. For university, right? I would go up to people and talk to them, even if I'm shy. Like, even though I'm shy and I'm introverted, I feel like if it's for work or if it's for like professional setting, I can, for the most part, be able to, you know, seem like I'm not shy and introverted in the professional sense. Elveira is that one person that just stares at people wanting... No! What do you mean? I don't stare. Okay, I try... The thing is, I never want to make people uncomfortable, so I definitely don't stare at people wanting to... Can you imagine? I'm just in the corner of the room just like... Talk to me. Talk. That's so creepy! I don't do that. I just, you know, for the most part, if I want to talk to someone, I'll still try to talk to them. But for the most part, I would just wait until like a mutual friend talks to them kind of thing, you know? When I was in my college dance club, I was a lot more comfortable with strangers since it was typically on the guys to go, would you like to dance? Every time a new song played. Ah, okay. Total introvert, but if someone is wearing a t-shirt with something I like a gacha game or something, then I'll break the introvert and just... Oh, I've done that though. I've done that. Like in public, sometimes if I see someone with something cool, like a shirt or I'll say like, I really like your Genshin shirt, or like, I really like your you know, Doc Martens, or yeah, you know, I'll compliment, but it's not really like a conversation sort of thing. It's just more of like a compliment, just to let them know that they're cool, you know? A wallflower life. Most of the friends I made in the city I live in either were forced by a teacher to make friends with me, or they got intrigued by my by your drawings. Oh, okay. I'm a wallflower too. I may seem social, but once again, I get really social around people that I'm comfortable with or people that I know. I'm very shy though. You know, Gushi, you know exactly what it's like. I was tsundere to my girlfriend when we first met and really weird. Like, oh my god. Oh my god, Pixel. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm like, oh. You know, at least it's a memorable first story meeting, right? Oh my god. That is wild. That is wild. Oh my goodness. Were you able to like clarify afterwards? Like, did you just say that because you didn't know what to say? And that was like the first thing that you said to her kind of thing? Touching grass. Did you see? Discord made us touch grass. You put the mini game, right, where you had to touch grass. I'm only outgoing if I'm pulled by a metaphorical leash. I used to have friends at work, but I've moved locations at work so much it's hard to... I want to make friends again. That's understandable too. Yeah, I've heard of people talking about how it's hard to make friends if you move a lot. But that's why I say online friends are great, you know? Online friends are great because you're able to, talk to them even if you're not there in person. Like for me, I might be a little biased just because I've been in online friend groups since I was in high school. And so it's been a very long time, you know? But yeah, for me, I had friends, of course, in person too. But a lot of my friends, I feel like in the past, few years of my life have definitely been online. And I don't really mind just because I don't go out a lot, nor do I really have any friends that live in my area anymore kind of thing. Right? A lot of my friends that were IRL friends have moved away or they are, long distance. And so for me, I'm used to talking to friends online as opposed to, going out unless, they're here to hang out and stuff kind of thing, right? Like, for example, when Glacia came to visit, we hung out because it was nice to be able to hang out again after a while. But for the most part, though, yeah, it's not really something that I think is too different. Maybe it's just like it depends on the person. But for me, I see, IRL friendships and online friendships just like, in general, just friendships. So it doesn't really matter to me if they're online or in person. It's nice to hang out in person, don't get me wrong. But, I'm perfectly fine to chill online too kind of thing. If we have the same interest, then talking to random people is a lot better. Of course, yes, of course. If there's like a similar interest, it makes it so much easier to be able to converse. Free candy van for Elle? Joke's on you, Cran Man. I don't go near vans. I don't trust vans. Any van scares me. I don't like vans. So I'm not going anywhere near a van. No, thank you. Even if it's free candy, I will not go near a van. It's true. Out in public with friends, I'm much more likely to be outgoing. Yeah. Right? Like, I feel like when I'm out with friends, when I don't really... You wouldn't think I would be an introvert or shy because I'm very social with the friends and people that I'm comfortable with. I'll do a poll. Yeah, let's do a poll. All right. So you guys don't have to talk about it, but just for funsies, if you're in the chat, what would you say you are? Which one are you? Would you see yourself as like an introvert? Would you see yourself as an extrovert? Or would you see yourself more as like an ambivert? My shift key. Alright, poll is up as of right now. Yeah, which one are you? Which one do you think you are? Ambivert is a mixture of both. The one good thing about getting sent home in 2020 was meeting Hubert. You're gonna make me cry. Oh, Hubert, that's so sweet. That's really sweet. I'm so sorry that, you had to get sent home in 2020, but I'm so grateful. Like, I'm really grateful for all the people that I've met over the past few years. I'm grateful for people that I've met through streaming. And once again, the whole reason I began full-time streaming is because, unfortunately, because of COVID, but also fortunately because I did get to meet so many wonderful people and have such a wonderful space on Twitch. It was an unfortunate reason, but I'm very fortunate for, the things that have happened because of it. I was once writing a postcard in Taipei 101 on a super low table and struggling Saw another dude also suffering, and I just commented, man, these tables, huh? We started talking for a bit. We never asked each other's names at all. Yes, I've had conversations like that too, right? With people like in the university or just at a party or something, right? Or at a social event. And then, yeah, sometimes you just talk to people and then you don't really talk afterwards, right? But it's more of just like an in the moment thing that you just kind of chit chat. Hi, Sputnik. Well, come on in. Thank you for the 40 stream streak. I'm gonna be honest, networking doesn't work like some people think it does. Yeah, I think so too. I feel like networking events can work sometimes, but it doesn't really work as much as you think it would. I kind of want to talk about Marvel Rivals because that is a common interest. We love Marvel Rivals. I've actually played some Marvel Rivals recently. I haven't played on stream though. The thing is, I don't know. I don't know if my computer is at a point where it can handle Marvel Rivals with my model again. I know Weppo said that I can do like lossless scaling with Marvel Rivals, but we haven't set that up yet. With my partner, I knew he liked me, and I think he knew I knew, but my friend or like he should be the one to ask me out. So we awkwardly were like talking on AIM, like, are you gonna ask me out? Then at lunch or after school, I was hanging out for the track field, and then my friends brought him over and left. And then I was like, so are you gonna ask me out? Oh my God, Silva. Okay. So technically, he asked you out, but you were the one to initiate. That's so funny. Not the, so you gonna ask me out or what? I just imagine Silva, you know, she was like sassing him, you know, just like, so, gonna do it or what? I'm waiting. Not the corner of the room. Yeah, nobody knows I'm a VTuber. That was me. I feel like that was me. Yeah, I was just like, you know, in majority of situations, I was just like, you don't know I'm a VTuber. The best way I found out to make friends is by doing something that catches people's attention. Oh, that's cool though. Yeah, to like start conversation. That is one way to start conversation. Last relationship talk I had with a girl was the let's not talk date, but it ended the best possible way. We're still friends. Oh, okay. For a second, I thought you said let's not talk date. But you said let's not date talk. Okay. Can you imagine? You go on a date, but the person doesn't want to talk to you. I feel like that doesn't really work out because when you go on dates, you know, the whole purpose is to try to get to know each other by talking. But I've had friends that have told me that they went on a date with someone, but they didn't initiate conversation, or when the person would try to initiate conversation, you know, they wouldn't really respond in a way that kind of carries the conversation along, right? Like, I feel like for her, right? Like, she was asking a bunch of questions. And they always talk about it, how when you talk to somebody or if you're trying to get in a relationship, it's a two-way street, you know? And so if one person is doing all of the question asking and then the person's like responding, but they're not, you know, really trying to like prolong the conversation is going to die pretty easily. And so usually when you talk to someone, right, if you're trying to have a conversation, it's good to like say something. Or like, if, for example, if you ask them a question, right, you know, the way that a conversation could continue is if they respond in a way that allows you to kind of like reply, or if there's ways to be able to comment on each other's, you know, comments and stuff. But the example that I'm thinking of is that my friend, she asked all the questions, right? And then the person would answer. And it's fine to answer, I feel like, as long as it's not like one word answers, you know? If it's like open-ended answers, that can also lead room for conversation. But she would say things like, oh, you know, like, what are your goals for the future? And or she would say like, do you have goals for the future? And the person would reply as in like, yeah. and then she would say like, oh, what are your goals for the future? And they would just say things like, get a job. You know, just like stuff like that. You know, there's a difference between answering like that versus like if someone asks like, oh, do you have goals for the future? And they're like, oh yes, I do have goals. I want to get a job. This is what I want to get, etc., etc. Just like ways to kind of keep the conversation going kind of thing. Just like a little bit more detail about each other. I think I'm the only one in chat that doesn't fit introvert or extrovert, so I'm just ambivert works too, right? Ambivert is like in between, where you don't really get energized all the time by being by yourself, right? There are moments where you feel like you do get energized as well by being around people, so that'd be like both. I don't know how we ended up together. It was weird back then, but that's the thing though, right? Some couples that just kind of end up together and you have like a goofy story at the beginning, right? I feel like those couples are really cute. They're just like, I don't know how we got together, but we got together. It was interesting, yeah. Hi, Wappo! Are you saying that we're not your friends, Wappo? Is that what you're trying to say, huh? How rude. 5 years. The thing with work romance is that my current employer has skeleton crews, so the people who are single are not just dating material. The thing is with work, I don't know. I feel like work's a little tricky because, a lot of people say it's better to not involve, work with your personal life. And so I feel like, yeah, it's a little tricky. I understand. Like, I completely understand when people have things like a no dating policy at work, right? Because, it gets a little, it can potentially lead to, problems in the future if things don't work out, right? So I understand why people, either like the boss has that as a rule, or people have that as like their own rule of, not intertwining, work with personal. So I feel like, yeah, it's a little tricky when it comes to work. I don't hate shoes. I'm talking about vans, like the mobile vehicle, okay? Beatles? I'm catching up, yes. I'm catching up. I'm just an introvert that likes people and is hyperactive, so I look like an introvert. Extrovert when people will first meet me and they get confused why I disappear for a while. Ah, I see. I was trying to convince myself that I'm ambivert, but I can't lie to myself. Introvert at heart. That's okay. I mean, the thing is too, right? Like if you're an introvert or an extrovert or an ambivert, there is a scale. It's not just like you're hardcore. Like for example, not all introverts just want to be home by themselves all day, right? Like I'm an introvert, but there is a part of me that does also enjoy talking to people. And so I'm not extremely introverted, right? Same thing with extroverts. Extroverts, they're not completely all the same in the sense of like they always want to be around people. Some extroverts also have moments where they want to be by themselves too. And so it's the same thing. It's just a scale. Some people are more this, some people are more that, right? Feels easier to make friends online than it is to make friends IRL. You think so? I never thought about it like that. I don't know if it's easier to make friends online versus IRL. I feel like for me, it's like the same. It's a little harder in person just because, I don't know, I guess I'm shy, but I feel like it's the same or similar. Free pizza! I love pizza! I want free pizza. Oh no, Pixel! Oh man, not the PC issues. I've been seeing you on Steam last few days and you're often in Mobble Wobbles. Of course I am. I just said it out. It's been fun. There's this thing too that they have right now on Marvel where I think it's like we've been calling it like a mini like battle pass, right? Where you pay like $2-3 and then you have to play 3 matches in order to get the reward for the day on the mini battle pass. And then on, I think like day 6 or something, you get a free costume token. And costumes cost like $30 roughly in game, right? And so if you get the $2 deal and you just play every day up to 3 matches until you get the token, you're essentially paying like $2-3 for a $30 costume if you're able to redeem the free costume. So I've been doing that every day. I've been logging on to at least play 3 matches so I can get that free costume. I'm just like, oh, that's a deal. That's a really good deal. You might be able to... No, the thing is, my Marvel Rivals isn't... How do I say it? Like, for me, in terms of, like, my computer's fine. It's just streaming, like, when I stream it to you guys, it ends up lagging. So it's more of a... I think it's just more of my power of my computer in terms of, like, being able to stream it smoothly for y'all. Because once again, the lag doesn't happen on my end. It happens when I stream it, kind of thing. Same with Monster Hunter, right? Monster Hunter, I wasn't able to properly stream it until we did lossless scaling. And that was able to fix the lag that you guys saw. Because once again, the lag I didn't see, the lag you guys saw. So it's just more of a, not really storage thing. It's just more of a power thing. I'll get so annoyed if the other person spent the majority of time on their phone. Oh, if people are on their phone when they're trying to talk to you, especially if it's like a first time meeting thing, right? I feel like that, yeah, that just kind of shows that they're disinterested in the conversation. Especially if it's like first dates. Heck no. What if you and your spouse stream as work? I mean, that's the thing though, right? Like, so going back to the workplace conversation when it comes to romance, it's not impossible. Like, there are people out there that have made it work where they work together and they, you know, do date and stuff or are married, right? It's just that there are some people that have that rule because they know that they just don't want to mix that together, right?
Senheimer 2020 rivalry.
So it's not impossible, right? It definitely can happen, but it depends honestly on the person as well as the couple, you know? Orange Soda, thank you so much for the resub at 61 months. I hope you enjoy your emotes as well as your sub badge. Welcome to the tea shop. I hope you enjoy your stay as a tea bun. Thank you, Orange Soda. Thank you, thank you. Can we get some love and some hype in the chat, please? Workplace romances are a slippery slope, but a lot more doable if there is separation, so you're not with each other all day, every day. It depends. I think it just depends on the situation for each person. Not that blah, blah, blah. I caught up. As far as picking friends, IRL online spaces have basically commandeered our meeting spaces and whatnot, so it's really up to communities to rebuild what social media took. I think too, okay, in the sense of like looking for places to make friends, online is a little bit easier, right? Because I feel like more people nowadays, or not even more people, but people that are online, you know, you're online because you have an interest that involves using the internet, right? And so because of that, you have more of a, I guess, like specified space where you can kind of relate to each other. So for example, like if you're online, you know, most likely they will be someone that might play games, or someone that edits, or someone that does something involving, you know, some sort of technology aspect with the internet, right? And so I think it's more common and easier to find similar interests. Whereas in person, you know, they do have things in person, like you can go to events that people host, you know, like for example, some apartments will have like special social events where you can go meet people at the apartment. Some places will have like D&D night where you can go meet people for D&D, you know. But yeah, I think online, it does take out like the whole aspect of having to like go someplace too, right? So it's also a little bit easier in terms of traveling, in terms of costs to meet people. So I feel like in that sense, it might be easier. But some people could argue otherwise because, once again, not everyone is online. Like, I know it seems like a lot of people are online, but you don't realize it. A lot of people are still not online, even though there is a big community on the internet. Not everyone is online all the time. Hard for guys my age and younger to date around. Oh, you think so, Gary? How come? How come you think that? Friendships tend to start when you see each other a lot. Online makes it easier to show up like that versus having to go to a physical place. Oh, that's true too, Pixel. Yeah, frequency of seeing each other and consistency, right, with talking. That's true. Seems like a lot of good ones got paired up early on. The ones left with... No! Oh my god, Gary! Is that what you think? Not to finally find Mrs. Gary. Aw, man. That makes me so sad to think of. I feel like, you know, I feel like, of course, you know, people that are already in relationships, right? People might see them as like good ones paired up. But you never know. There's so many people out there in the world. There could be a lot of good people too that also are single, right? And they might have the same mindset. But yeah, I'm sure. Eventually, Mrs. Gary will pop up, or maybe you'll find Mrs. Gary at some point, you know. But there's people in relationships, you know, that are not that great, unfortunately. So don't worry. There are people out there that are single that are also, you know, quote unquote good ones, as you called them. It's why I thought Vine and TikTok was the worst thing to ever happen. Huh? I thought Vine was funny. I think Vine was pretty goofy. As train the minds, in terms of, okay, that is true. There is a lot of shorter attention spans. That's true. Definitely important to have a no dating rule where the workforce is younger. I don't know about that, Yellow Ring. I feel like you would think age matters if for situations like that. But there are many people that I've met that are older than me. They're older than, you know, my parents. They're older than a lot of older people that I know that are still quite immature, right? Because age does not correlate with like how people are able to process emotions or process like situations, right? Or discipline and stuff like that. And so I feel like at a workplace, right, the no dating rule can be good for younger people and older people in terms of just like trying to keep it, I guess, free of like mixing work and personal. But yeah, I feel like younger and older doesn't really matter in a lot of situations in terms of like drama in the workplace, if you're worried about drama in the workplace. I wouldn't be able to date somebody that I worked with. Okay, yeah. You're not alone, Humor. I've heard of many people that also say the same things where they just wouldn't be able to date someone that they worked with. Yeah. Oh my god, my chat, it like sprang to the bottom. I still don't know where I will find my Miss Kitsune. Oh boy, you never know. They always say this too, right? They always say that when you're looking for someone, they don't pop up. It's usually when you don't look for somebody that they'll all of a sudden pop up. There are so many instances where I've heard of people being like, you know, I didn't really want to date anybody. I wasn't really looking for anyone. And then all of a sudden, somebody just popped up, you know? So the best thing you can do is just, you know, work on yourself and like focus on yourself, right? Like do things that you want to do things that you want to improve on yourself. And then eventually someone will pop up that when you least expect it. I know, Jeannie. I know. My chat was like, it's time for you to catch up. It forced me to go all the way to the bottom. But now I'm reading up. After working with some of my coworkers, even if they weren't in relationships, I've gotten to know them and I'll be like, oh no. Yeah, that's just people in general. Everyone. Exactly. It's okay to be single too, right? You don't have to be in a relationship, you know? People like in society, people always talk about, being in relationships, right? But yeah, it's okay to be by yourself. If anything, right? They always recommend that people should be at a point where they're okay to be by themselves and they're okay with themselves, right? They're happy with themselves. And then, you know, they can meet someone and then that situation ends up being like a healthy relationship, right? Where it's like two people, they're happy by themselves. And then when they come together, you know, they are very happy together as opposed to developing some sort of like codependency, right? On each other because someone's lonely. Like you said, Pixel. Yeah. One day I'll find Mrs. Genie. Aww. When I worked at the tea shop, I saw things that would be right at home in a K-drama. I've seen so many things that are very K-drama-esque. I've seen a lot. The apartment I used to stay at once held speed dating, then go... Oh no! Wait, did they bring it back up again though? That's so interesting. An apartment holding a speed dating process. Have you guys done speed dating? Oh my god. So, my friend, she texted me, Tao, that she recently tried out speed dating. And so next time she comes onto my stream, we can talk to her about speed dating. So I hope you guys are excited for her stories of speed dating, because I don't know anything about speed dating. And so I'm excited to hear what she said about speed dating. Speed dating, whenever I've seen it happen through YouTube videos, it looks very anxiety inducing. That's a lot of people to me in a short span of time, right? And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's so fast, to get to know somebody, right? Company policy. I've seen too many dramas because someone at work was, oh yeah, Gary, yeah, I've heard about the stories. Yes. That's usually why they have like a no dating policy at workplaces, either personal or enforced by the company. The coworker didn't shower is very pretty. I mean, I feel like when it comes to showering, right? Some people shower once a day. Some people shower every other day, right? I don't think that really correlates with how attractive a person is. That's just someone's way of showering. And when it comes to showers, like the norm is to shower, right? Like most people talk about showering like every day, but some people are going through some things, you don't know what they're going through. They could be going through something, right? Hence why they might be showering. So it just depends on them, right? Like I shower every single day, but when people tell me that, they haven't showered in a while, I don't judge them, just because once again, that person could be going through something. And so I'm not going to judge them. Lunagi, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome on in. How was your stream? I hope you had a wonderful time with your community. What'd you guys do today? Hello, everyone. For anyone that's new here, my name is Elveira. And today, we were supposed to play some gacha games, but we had some tech issues. So now we're just kind of having a sort of like Zatsudan, just chatting streams. So if you want to hang out here with us as we chat, please feel free to do so. But thank you so much for the raid. Thank you. But yes, this is for the raiders. Okay, we got a little something from the raiders. All right. Okay, you ready? Okay. I'll put you. Welcome to the tea shop, everybody. I hope you enjoy your stay here at our tea party. Thank you. Thank you, Lunagi. I have my new magical girl debut, and you played some pimp. That sounds amazing. Congratulations on your debut. I love magical girls. The whole shoujo debuts, 10 out of 10. So I'll definitely have to stop by and check out your debut. But congratulations, Lunagi. I hope that you had a fun time, and if you need to rest up and relax after your debut, please feel free to do so. But thank you so much again for the raid. Thank you. Thank you, Melda. Thank you. Oh, yeah, if you guys are curious about what we're talking about how people socialize. We're talking about people dating and how you go up to people that you want or like either interested in platonically or romantically, just talking about socializing. Like how does one socialize, Yes. It was fun. Definitely need to relax after the overstimulation of multi-ball events in the pinball game that I played. Yes, of course. Oh my gosh, I used to play pinball all the time when I was younger on the computer because it was the time before we had internet, and so the only games you could play were pinball, Minesweeper, Solitaire, and then later on there was like Spider Solitaire and Purple Place, right, on the newer Windows. So yeah, I know about pinball and the overstimulation of all the pinball events. But yes, go get some relaxation. Thank you again for the raid. Hi, Nenny! I'm doing well. How have you been? Elvis juggling 5 topics at the same time. I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about there being 5 topics at the same time. It's kind of like when you're having a conversation. Have you ever had that happen before? Like you're talking to a friend and then you just kind of start diverting into two different conversations. So you're responding to both conversations at the same time as you talk to your friend. You know what I mean? Like you're talking about, for example, like when you want to meet up, but then you're also talking about this other thing that came up. And so you just kind of have like multiple conversation topics going at once. I remember back when I was younger in middle school, when I was talking to this one person, we would talk about so many topics at once. Hence why we would talk in like paragraphs, like in tons and tons of paragraphs. And so I remember there was a point where we had like, 5 conversations at once, I think, going on. Because, you know, if someone says something in a conversation, I want to respond to the parts that they mentioned because I don't want them to think that I missed that part of the conversation or that I'm ignoring them kind of thing, you know, right? And so I would usually respond to the different parts of the conversation, especially if there was multiple questions in the conversation being asked. I like the pinball game. I remember when the only game that I could play. Oh my god, yes! I used to play Snake on my dad's Nokia when I was younger. I would play Snake. Because Elveira didn't let me have a phone for a while. I think up until middle school when I started walking home by myself. But yeah, I used to play Nokia or play Snake on my dad's Nokia. Peggle, Bejeweled, or something like jewel matching. Ah. Oh, it's okay. No worries, Jeannie. Hello to you too. I hope you're also doing well. And Withered Ball and Concho. Or Withered Bell. Withered Bell and Concho, thank you for the follows. I've been doing well, just going to a film school. Working at a bookstore. Wait, that sounds so fun. I hope that the film school's been going well, and hopefully the bookstore's been going well too. Yeah, exactly. These conversations have layers, just like a cake. Oh, yes. Oh, no worries. It's okay, Boyd. I hope you get lots of rest. Thank you for stopping by today. It's always a fun time hanging out here together. Praise be. I'm glad. I'm glad you guys enjoy listening to me just kind of, you know, chit-chat and talk about random stuff. Especially on a day like today where I had some tech issues. Let me just do this real quick. Check something real quick. Okay, good. All right. Okay, Docker. Let me drink some water too. Make sure you guys are hydrating. Water important. Oh, thank you, Steph. I'm glad you guys have fun. As long as you guys have fun, then I'm happy. I'm really happy when I hear people enjoying their time here with us. But speaking of speed dating though, have you guys ever speed dated before? Have you done that before? Have you ever speed dated? Like I said, I've never speed dated, you know, before. I've never used dating apps before. And just whenever my friend Tal tells me about her experiences, I'm just like, oh my god. It just sounds so foreign to me. The whole, you know, god. Like we could pull up a video right now. We could pull up a video right now of people speed dating, and it's just, I don't know, every time I watch it, it's just so awkward. But sometimes it'll click. Like sometimes for some people it'll click. But god, speed dating can be a little rough. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen it before. There is this video that I watched of this girl, right? She speed dated like 20 people in 24 hours, I think. Or was it 24 people in 24 hours? Let me see. Where was it? Yeah. So this person, she speed dated 24 hours. So a whole entire day of speed dating, and I think it was like every hour was a different person. And so it was interesting because, you know, she only had 1 hour to talk to each person, which is quite a long time actually for speed dating. Because I feel like from what I've seen, the general idea is that for speed dating, you're supposed to just like sit down, talk to a person for like 5 minutes at most, or 10 minutes, and then you swap, right? But for this person in this video, she dated one person for 1 hour for 24 hours. So that was her 24-hour speed dating experience. And it was interesting because each person had like a different experience, different activities, right? Some people she clicked with, some people she didn't click with. And so, you know, it makes me really curious about how speed dating is for people that only date for like, you know, 5 or 10 minutes in speed dating sessions. 3 minutes? Oh my God, 3 minutes. That sounds ridiculous. Because I feel like 3 minutes is enough time to get out of the icebreaker phase. You know, I don't know if 3 minutes is enough to get to know somebody though in a speed dating session. Senshi, thank you for the 3 months. I hope you enjoy your emotes as well as your sub badge. Welcome to the tea shop. I hope you enjoy your stay as a tea bud. not here's my resume. Oh my goodness. But thank you, Senshi. Is that really a thing? 3 minutes for speed dating? What the? But yeah, I'm not gonna show the video because it's quite a long video. It's a 2-part video for this person, right?
How long?
Oh wait, whoa. Was it every hour she dated somebody, or was it like? Let me see how long it was. Let's see, 10. Yeah, so she had 24 dates for 24 hours. Yes. Hello, these nuts. Welcome on in. I would barely manage to get an awkward hi out of my mouth in that short amount of time. I'm sure there's a 3-minute one somewhere in the not that somewhere in the world, or maybe I don't know. Like for me, right? I feel like I guess maybe I just don't. I've never done one, so I don't understand it. But I feel like for dating, I think it just takes a long time in terms of getting to know somebody, right? And so I know some people, like for Tinder, I saw someone ask if Tinder is considered as speed dating. I don't think Tinder's considered speed dating. I guess in a sense it could be considered speed dating for some people, but Tinder, it's more of like you talk to people and then eventually you go on a date with somebody, right? So it's a little different from speed dating, but there's also different ways that people date, right? Like some people, they will go on dates to get to know people and see if they want to be boyfriend, girlfriend, right? And then there's other people, for example, that are friends first and then they start dating kind of thing. You know what I mean? Right? And so I feel like, I don't know. Exactly. Like the traditional way, the traditional speed dating is where you're meeting people within an hour period, right? And so that's speed dating. Hence why it's called speed dating, because it's so fast. Yeah, apps are different in the sense that you do get to meet a lot of people at once, but you're not dating all of them. I mean, for some people, I guess they might be dating all of them, right? But for the most part, from what I've seen from people that have used it in my family, it's more of just like meeting people, getting to talk to them, and then, you just kind of go on a date with them. Like, for example, Tao, Tao said she just had her first ever speed dating experience. Hence why she wants to come on again and talk about her speed dating experience with Stream. But, she's someone that has gone on, dates with multiple people through dating apps, right? And so, yeah, it's not the same. I'm not going to remember anything about a person in 5 minutes. I can't tell you how many coworkers I've worked with for months and I can barely remember their names, and that's perfectly fine. I think that's fine too, Because, yeah, once again, there are some people out there that can meet and then start dating right away. And then there's some people out there where they need to get to know each other first for a while before they start dating. Right? I'm definitely the latter. I've always been the person where I want to get to know someone first for a while before I start dating them or even consider dating them kind of thing, right? Because feelings take a while to develop for me. And so, yeah, it's kind of like, okay, maybe I'll show interest in the person and then we'll talk for a bit, right? But yeah, when it comes to things like just dating, from meeting through a dating app or speed dating, I'm not familiar with that. So maybe that's why it's so foreign to me. Maybe meet people for like 10 to 5 minutes each time, and then if you connected with them or something, you could try to be in touch with them to try real dating afterwards. That's it. Sometimes it's only 5 minutes depending on the organizers. Try to need to know someone for a while first too, but that's hard. Oh, me too. I also have trust issues. So, yep. Maybe it's the, yeah, you know, we just got trust issues. Right? It's not easy for me to let people into my life, for sure. But yeah, like for me, in my mindset, like 3-5 minutes of speed dating is enough to like break the icebreaker, you know? But I guess they're really trying to go based off of the like initial spark, right, that people have with each other that they talk about, like, you know, that spark. So maybe in that 3 minutes, you know, you'll find someone that you have a spark with, and then you'll go off from there, kind of thing. Why I don't like speed dating too much? It's not enough time, and too many people in it already got their minds made up. I see. Definitely the slow burn friends. You're the slow burn. Okay, slow burn is like how long? Like how long would you consider your slow burn for your friendship to lovers kind of gal? Because for some people, you know, slow burn can mean like 3 months. Some people have a slow burn of like 3 years, you know? So what about you, Pixel? Are you like a 1 year, a 2 month, a half a year slow burn? Because there's some dramas out there. There's some dramas, some anime that have slow burned the entirety of like the series, and then at the very, very last one, right? The very last chapter is when they finally confess feelings to each other. Wait. You guys were friends for 10 years? But I remember though, right? For you guys talked about how you weren't really interested with each other at the beginning, right? Oh, I was with other people during that time too. Honestly, thought she was straight. Okay, so I think that's a little different. Because at the time, it's like you guys known each other, but you weren't really trying to, I guess, like, go after each other during the 10 years. Love is War. I don't know. Love is War, it's like they are friends to lovers, right? But I don't know. For me, it's goofy. It's like a cute goofy, you know? Like they obviously have feelings for each other. But yeah, it's like a slow burn. But I don't know. When I think of slow burn, I don't think of like Love is War. I think of like, what's a slow burn anime that like made me want to rip my hair out? Because usually with slow burns, they can be good if they're done well. I feel like slow burn romance can be a little annoying though. I guess Toradora could be considered a slow burn romance, right? Because in Toradora, it's similar in the sense of like, okay, they both have feelings for other people at first, right? But then they eventually slowly start developing feelings for each other. But then it gets to the point where they both kind of feel like they don't have feelings for each other. And then, you know, you're just like, confess, just tell each other your feelings, you know? And then there's like misunderstandings and yada, yada, yada. Right? Oh, actually, a really, really great slow burn I think I personally enjoyed a lot was Lovely Complex. I don't know if you guys know Lovely Complex, right? This was like one of the old school animes from back in the day. But Lovely Complex was super cute, you know? That was definitely a slow burn romance. And it's like the type of romance where like even after they get together, it's still kind of awkward because they're still trying to find like an in-between of being friends for so many years and then, you know, switching over to lovers kind of trope. I think that's a really cute example of slow burn romance where you're friends, but then one day you just, you know, you start having feelings for each other and then you slowly kind of both develop feelings for each other, right? And then it just gets to a point where you do end up getting together, but then it's still awkward. But it's like a cute awkward, right? Because you're still friends. It's just you guys are a couple now. You are my people. I love I watched Lovely Complex. I watched Bokura ga Ita. I watched His and Her Circumstances, you know. I watched Kaichou Maid-sama. I watched From Me to You. I watched a lot of romance when I first started watching anime. School Rumble was, I guess, what you could call my first, like, rom-com. Is School Rumble even considered rom-com? It is. Yes. So, School Rumble was my first ever rom-com. God, I love School Rumble. School Rumble was so funny. I really liked I think I watched the dub when I was younger, right? The dub is just, I don't know, it was really goofy the way that they dubbed it. It fit, I guess, more in terms of like the Americanized / Western comedy as opposed to the Japanese dub. I feel the Japanese dub had some puns, but I wasn't too familiar with a lot of Japanese, and so some of the puns were lost in translation for me. So I remember I switched over to the dub and I was like, yes, School Rumble. So goofy. Kiss a homie. Can you do the dance from that show? Which dance? For Toradora or for something else? Hi, Gloopy. Just wanted to stop by and say hello. Good night, sweet dreams. About tiny little guy. Oh, about Jeff. Oh my god, I love Jeff. Jeff's so cute. We love Jeff from Mobble Wobbles. But good night, Gloopy. I hope you sleep well. Thank you for stopping by. So what's it? Are you waiting for something? I'm just like, huh? Back when they called onigiri donuts for Brock from Pokemon. Love Hina was your first rom-com. I always wanted to watch Love Hina, but I never got around to watching it. I've only seen Love Hina from AMVs, I think. Yeah. As much as I love romance and such, Friends and How I Met Your Mother burned me out of the whole will they won't they drama. See, that's what happened to me, right? I got burnt out from it for the K-drama and C-drama sense, so I switched over to anime. And then there's a period where I got burnt out of anime and I switched back to K-drama, right? And so I switch the media that I'm watching, but I still kind of keep the same genre, or I switch up the genre. I don't know what happened. Oh, we're just talking about a slow burn romance right now. How I Met Your Mother got really tiring. I never watched it. At that time in my life, I was watching anime, so I didn't really watch How I Met Your Mother. There were other people that were watching it in my, in my friend circle, but I don't know. It didn't really interest me, I guess, at the time. Oh, Toradora! I love Toradora. I feel like, yeah, Toradora was a big first rom-com for many other people too. That's a nice one. 10 years and a million women that Ted slept with first before he finally gets to them. Yeah, we talked about that the other day, about how apparently How I Met Your Mother is a show about where the dad just like dumps all of his, relationship drama onto his kids before he talks about their mom. I was just like, what the heck? Oh yeah, Wuthering Waves didn't work out today. It just ended up not properly updating, right? It took me like 3 hours to get to 90%, and then after it got to 90%, it just reset. Oh no, I reset it again to try to fix it because it paused updating, and then the second reset ended up putting it back to the beginning of the download. And so I just need to figure out why it's downloading so slow. It might be because of the lack of space in my C drive, even though Wuwa is on my D drive. So yeah, I just need to figure out what's going on. So no Wuwa today, no gacha today. So today is just more of a just chatting day. No ZZZ either today. Yeah, today's just more of a just chatting day because I did start stream so late, right? So I'll probably call it here soon, but then tomorrow I'll come back and stream again just to kind of, give like a little bit of a like another short stream, but to make up for today. So tomorrow I'll stream to you a bit earlier, and then it'll be a short stream day tomorrow, like I said. But yeah, short stream today, just chatting, and then short stream tomorrow. We might play a game tomorrow or something. But yeah, I was gonna call off today, but I thought, I want to at least talk for a bit because I do want to stream today. Just, no game today. Yeah. So today is just chatting day, just yapping, yapping and chatting. Would you ever cover the Toradora opening? Not the Toradora opening. I personally prefer the Toradora endings, Orange or Vanilla Salt. So I'd probably cover Vanilla Salt. Vanilla Salt. It's so cute. So probably the ending as opposed to the opening for Toradora. I wouldn't recommend Love Hina now. Once it deviated from the manga and went down, they stalled too much with it. They almost hook up only for a misunderstanding to happen. Ooh, I don't like that. I don't like it. Komi can't communicate. Cardcaptor Sakura and Cardcaptor Sakura. If you want to talk about soul burn, I completely agree with Cardcaptor Sakura. Cardcaptor Sakura, she has been like pining, for Shouden for so long, right? And then it's not until like way later that he, returns her feelings. And even then, when he returns her feelings, there's still tsundere about it. And so yeah, Cardcaptor Sakura is like the for sure, like the slow burn romance. Yes. Of course! Yeah, I like chatting, so it's nice just to chat even for a little bit. Oh, thank you, Pixel! Yeah, I feel like Vanilla Salt, I feel a bit more comfortable singing in my range as opposed to some other ones. Golden Time! I still haven't watched Golden Time. Golden Time is one that I thought about watching, but I don't know. The synopsis is a little like, I don't know. Isn't it like a situation where the female lead is engaged or had a thing with the older brother, and then the younger brother ends up getting with the girl? I don't know. For me, just based off the synopsis, I was just like, ooh, I don't know how I feel about that, because, is it not? I thought it is. I thought it was. I thought it was like they were related somehow for the guy and the guy and then the guy that she gets together with. Let me see. Let's search it up. Golden Time. Golden Time. My anime list. So, let's see. Amnesia? Golden Time. Synopsis. Following an accident that left him with severe memory loss, Banri Tada is determined to start a new life by leaving his hometown to study a Tokyo law. Okay. Okay, interesting. Never mind. Oh, it's his friend. Oh, but then that's kind of weird too, though. No, it's like, I don't know. That's a little weird, right? To have them be friends, but then he ends up dating the ex of his friend. I don't know. That's a little weird, but I guess maybe it's different in the anime. But I just remember people were talking about the plot back then, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about that plot. But I have heard lots of good things about Golden Time, and I haven't watched it myself, to be fair, so I can't really say anything about it. But yeah. Sakura in Shaoran in Tsubasa Chronicles. As someone who's watched Cardcaptor Sakura, its movies, and Clear Card, I agree it's 100% a slow burn. It's a slow burn that transcends time, Lunagi. I know what you're talking about. It transcends time. They're friends. Never really finished it. The later plot got me mad. I do like the animation. I like the animation. Yes, the animation is very, very pretty. I just remember it was like a... Yeah, I think there was something about Golden Time that people were talking about that I don't know, I didn't like it. And then I didn't watch it because of it. But I completely forget why. There was just something that was related to the plot. Either like the whole like dating the friend, or I don't know why I thought it was his brother. Maybe someone made a synopsis and they misunderstood that it was brothers. But even if it's like a friend's fiance though, that's a little weird, you know? I feel like for CS, it's normal to be slow burnt since they are still kids. But the thing is with Clamp, it's not just because, you know, it's not just the children. I feel like all Clamp romance is a slow burn and I hate it. I hate it, but I love it. You know what I mean? God, Clamp. Clamp is all about the whole slow burn, multi-dimension, multi-universe love, you know, that transcends time and space. God. I love it, but I hate it. I know, right? They do it to bait you. Exactly, right? Like Kobato! What do you mean? You know, they had a thing before, right? Like they had a thing before, and then they made that slow burn all the way up until like the last episode where they ripped my heart out, right? God! Kobato! Chobits, yes! Chobits too. Slow burn. Clamp is always about slow burn romance. Exactly. And they're always about, you know, like how they had like, you know, another alternate universe where they were lovers. Like for example, you know, in Cardcaptor Sakura, Shaoran, right? And her just have like this romance of them together in an alternate universe too, right? But it's always some sort of like tragedy that befalls on them, right? That's what Clamp loves. Clamp loves the tragedy of the multiverse, and then, you know, you finally get like a universe where they are together and you're just like, oh my god, yes. Yeah, it's always like that with Clamp. Exactly, yes. Tsubasa Chronicles. Yes, right? Technically Cardcaptor Sakura, but Tsubasa Chronicles, you know? And then Kobato, right? In the manga, it talks about her and her lover, and then it talks about, you know, her familiar and his lover, right? Yeah. Good night, Day. Thank you for stopping by today. I hope you sleep well. But I can't really speak, you know, about Clamp because my favorite anime is like the worst one of all. My favorite anime is like Clamp, but times 10, you know, and how they do the whole multiverse love. Because my favorite anime is Steins Gate. And if you know anything about Steins Gate, right, their romance is like a huge slow burn romance, but it's not even like one different alt universe. I think it's like what? I think he went through... How many universes did Okabe jump in order to... Let me see. How many timelines did Okabe jump in Steins Gate? 400! He jumped 450 times in Steins Gate in order to be able to reach a happy ending. And so you can only imagine the amount of times that happened in the visual novel where they break your heart. But I remember in the anime, it broke my heart. I think they showed like 20 times that he did it in the anime, or like 10 times where he jumped in order to be able to spoiler alert, in order to save Mayushi as well as to save Kurisu later, right? Because he wanted to save both of them. That hurt. That was painful. That was really painful. Steins Gate, it's not hidden romance. It's sci-fi, right? So it's kind of like it's sci-fi hiding romance in the sense of like romance ends up being a really, really big portion of the anime in the latter half, right? But sci-fi is kind of they're heavy on the sci-fi at the first part of the anime, so you understand what he's doing in the second latter half where the romance is, if that makes sense. But yes, he the TLDR, he's time traveling in order to, one, save his childhood friend, and then two, he's time traveling to save his love, the love of his life that helped him save his best friend when he was time traveling, right? But yeah, it's just, yeah, that's a slow burn anime. I wouldn't say a slow burn romance. It's more of like a slow burn anime just because it takes a while to build up the, I guess, like the preface for what's to come kind of thing. But it's my favorite in terms of just everything. It's so good. It's just, God. Like if you like Erased, it's Erased but with more detail about like the whole science as to why he's able to time travel and stuff, right? Erased, they just kind of throw you in there like, oh yeah, he just has powers, you know, to be able to time travel. But for Steins Gate, they go into like the why and the how and the, you know, the technology and all that. So that was, I don't know, it just intrigued me. Time traveling and all that stuff, right? It's just fun to talk about. But I love Steins Gate. Number one favorite anime for me personally. I still haven't seen it. I can't recommend it. I don't think it's for everyone. Like I agree it's not for everyone, but I personally think that it is a fun watch if you enjoy time traveling with a little bit of like science talk. But I know for a lot of people, usually they stop watching after like 3 episodes or 6 episodes because it's just too much science talk that gets a little confusing, right? And then they're like, okay, I'm over this. I don't care about this. I know, Kyle. I know, right? Like for me, I was just there because I wanted like a goofy anime to watch, right? I thought it was really funny and the comedy was kind of quirky. And then they hit me, you know, with like the feels in the latter half, and I was like, I'm sucked in. They got me. They got me with the feels now. Now I'm stuck. Oh, me too. Me too. I also really like Kurisu. I love Kurisu. Kurisu, best girl. Yeah. I'm still traumatized from one of the routes from Steins Gate. Me too, Gary. I think I know what you're talking about. I still feel it too. Hi, Himbo! Bakano? I do want to watch Bakano. I know some friends recommended it to me because I really enjoy Durara, right? And they told me that Bakano is kind of similar to Durara, but I haven't seen Bakano yet. It's on my list though. It is on my list of anime to watch. Hi, Embo. How you doing today? Me too, Kai. I also have a figure of Kurisu too. Which one do you have? I have the one of her walking down the stairs where you have the metal upa on the floor as well. Metal upa. Turns on and... No. You see, I'm not good at physics, right? I'm not good at science. I'm not good with math. But if it's an anime, you know, and it's involved with romance and stuff, I'm down to listen. I'm really bad. I'm really bad in physics. I'm really bad in science and in math. Any K-drama recommendation? When Life Gives You Tangerines. I know that's like the overhyped drama right now, but I really, really have been enjoying it. When Life Gives You Tangerines has been a wonderful watch, especially if you really enjoy like a really like a couple that really like pines for each other kind of thing, you know, like a ride or die type of like a type of romance, you know. So yeah, I really recommend When Life Gives You Tangerines. But it's also because it's not just romance focused. It's so much more than just romance. Romance is a big portion of When Life Gives You Tangerines, but just in general for the story, like the overall story involving the main character and her life, her family, her interactions with other people. It's really good. I really enjoyed it so far. And it also has IU as an actor, or actress, I should say. So I personally have been enjoying When Life Gives You Tangerines. Hi, Meow. Welcome on in. How are you doing today? That was your favorite anime for a long time. Best character? Who is your favorite character, Himbo? This is a very important question from Dara. This is a very important question. There's only one right answer. I'm just kidding. I have one favorite character, right? But there are so many cool characters though. And I feel like it's just such a Such a good cast of characters. Oh, we're just floating on the gears. Oh, that's a nice one too, Kyle. That's a really good one. Do you think Gurren would have been something else if Kamina lived and Yoko got together with him? I think so. Like, as sad as it is to say, I think a lot of people do remember Gurren Lagann, right? Because of what happened to Kamina, right? And just like the events that happened afterwards because of it. So I think it would be a little different. Oh, which one are you eyeing, Kyle? IU is the best. Fun fact, this is the first ever drama that I've seen with IU in it. I know IU is a very popular actress, but I never really watched dramas with her in it until now. Oh, I just woke up an hour ago. Oh, good morning. I hope you slept well. I haven't seen Reborn Rich. The ones that I think of that I recommend would be The Glory and When Life Gives You Tangerines. Very different though. Very different. Ah! Shizuo is your favorite. Oh, I love Shizuo. Shizuo was really cool too. But my personal favorite was Celty. I love Celty. Celty is my favorite character from Dara, and I feel like she still is like a big character favorite of mine. Out of all the voices that Sawashiro Miyuki has voice acted as, right? I love Celty. I love Celty so much. Celty is just such a cool character. She's so cool. She's so cool. Oh, you got her a Celty mug. Wait, that's so cute. Oh my gosh. I love it. The other Kurisu figure I was eyeing is the one where she's leaning on a stack of TVs. Oh, yeah, that one's an expensive one. I know, Lunagi. I know, right? You should watch my IU stuff. It's just because I haven't really watched a lot of K-drama. Like, once again, I kind of stopped watching K-drama when I was in middle school, right? Because I swapped over to more anime. And then it wasn't until I got back into, like, a university for K-drama, right? So I haven't watched a lot of modern K-drama. The only ones I can think of modern are Squid Game, Bank Heist, The Glory, When Life Gives You Tangerines, and a few other ones too. But most K-dramas that I know about in terms of like a modern K-drama is thanks to Tao. Tao's the one that watches a lot of K-drama. Like, she watches Goblin, she's watched Crash Landing on You, she's watched some other ones too, right? But yeah, I don't know. I was more of an anime person throughout my years. I didn't want to sit down and watch like an hour-long episode. I just thought to myself, like, okay, I'm so busy, you know, with my classes and my courses. I just want something that I can watch in like 20 minutes, right? Every single weekend. And so I binged a lot of anime because they were so fast to watch, right? I couldn't sit there for a whole entire hour most times. And so what would happen is I would watch like half of the episode, and then I'd have to go do something. And then by the time that I come back, I forgot what happened in the first half of the episode. And so I have to restart the episode again. And then I kept doing that so often that I was just like, okay, I can't. I can't keep up with it. But nowadays, you know, I have been watching more. So it's nice. One that is nice and has surprisingly romance aspects to it is Suisei no Gargantia. Suisei. Oh, that one I wanted to watch too because I saw the mecha, and then I also saw how cute the art style is for the characters. I was curious about that one, but I never got to watch it when it came out. I think everyone likes Salty due to the fact that she's so dang cool. Heck yeah! Heck yeah, she is. Yeah, Salty is amazing. You know, she's so cool. She's cool. She's lovey-dovey. You know, she's just so cool. Yeah, Hotel Del Luna. I know Shen has watched Hotel Del Luna and he really enjoyed it. Yeah, dark fantasy rom-com. SMH. Hey, I wasn't a K-drama girly. I remember a lot of girlies in high school would talk about the K-dramas that they watched. I just didn't watch K-drama back then. You know, I was more of an anime person. And that's okay. I didn't really mind. But I like it though. I do like watching it when I do get to see K-drama. Salty is so cute. And I know, right? She's so cute. She really is. I feel like for me, when it comes to K-drama, it's a bit more fun to watch with people because it is so long, right? And so I like watching K-drama with people. If I don't get to watch with anyone, it just, I don't know, it feels very long. And then I want to talk about it with people, but you know. So I was just like, oh, it's okay. It's all right. Didn't really know anyone who watched K-drama or anime. I was very lucky. I was lucky that I was on the anime forum because I would always talk about anime and watch anime in the anime forum, right? God, I think about it and I'm like, oh God, my anime forum days are so cringe. They're so cringe. But everyone was like super into anime. And so everyone had like their own anime like profiles, right? Everyone had their profile pictures. Everyone had like their anime banners. You would have people that would do like graphic design for your profile and your banner set in the forum section, right? And so, yeah, we used to do that all the time in the anime forums. And then I had the friends that I watched with, including Tao, right? We would watch anime together. We would talk about it together, right? And so I watched a lot of anime back then because we would just kind of get together after school and just watch anime or talk about anime that was airing. Ah, you were really on the internet. Oh, okay, yeah. The signatures back in the day. Yes, the signatures. Yes. Only watched dramas. I read manga, and I only played console games. But that's nice though. You know, I feel like that was me before high school. I would just kind of read manga. I would play games. I would watch anime, right? And just cut to myself because, yeah, there was no one in person that I could talk to that really enjoyed that stuff except for Elveira. A lot of people that I knew, they're into more stuff like Jersey Shore and Gossip Girl and you know, some other shows that I didn't really watch. And so for the most part, yeah, I was just more by myself until I met my friends I met in high school and then the friends I met in university. Like, for example, Glacia. Glacia was a friend that I met that, you know, enjoyed anime. And so we would always talk about anime. Yeah, growing up in a village has its limits. Yeah, that was Mombeer. Mombeer, she grew up in a village. And so she did not have internet connection either. She tells me about how she used to, you know, see stuff like her cousins watching Shin-chan and Pokemon in Chinese dub. And I'm just like, what the heck? But yeah, Mommy, she's like, no, back in my day, we didn't have internet. I didn't get into anime until college. Yeah, I have some other friends too that also didn't get into anime until college too. It's so interesting to hear about like when people got into anime, when people got into K-drama. Like, for example, you know, so Derpy's been watching When Life Gives You Tangerines with us. This is Derpy's first ever K-drama ever, right? And so we've been asking him, we're like, what do you think? What do you think about K-drama with this being your first ever K-drama, right? And Derpy's like, I hate it. I hate the rich mother-in-law trope. I hate her. And I'm like, yeah, Derpy, yeah, we hate the rich mother-in-law trope when it comes to K-dramas. Because for some reason, the rich mother-in-law, you know, will never ever accept her son marrying the poor girl, right? God, I hate that K-drama trope so much. I hate it. I've seen it in almost every single K-drama that I've watched, and it's just so annoying. It's so annoying. Like, it's one thing to be protective, you know, of the son, but some of those like mother-in-laws in the dramas, they make them so annoying to the sense where it's like the whole purpose of the son is that they're living the life out for the mother, right? And so she just doesn't let him live his life, you know? I hate it. Ah, we had internet. Just wasn't aware of what you could do on it. Ah, I see. That I feel like that was due to the friends that I had met in middle school. They were like internet gremlins. It was due to them that I played games like Wizard 101, that I played some other games as well, right? But I'm so sad because once again, you know, even though they were internet gremlins, they didn't play games like MapleStory right? And so I always felt left out when people were like, oh yeah, I grew up with MapleStory. I did not grow up with MapleStory. I grew up with Wizard 101. Boys Over Flowers was a few members of my family's first K-drama. My first ever C-drama was Meteor Garden, right? Which is a lot of people's first K-dramas too, if you watch the Korean version. But yeah, I first watched Meteor Garden. That was my first ever C-drama / K-drama. And that was because Mom Vera. That was Mom Vera's favorite drama, right? And so Mom Vera had it on DVD, and so I watched it with her, and then we watched some other C-dramas that she enjoyed too, that she had on DVD. So yeah, we watched it together, thanks to Mom Vera. Didn't get into anime until high school, but I had a very brief look into it when I was in elementary due to my brother. That's probably how Brovira was. Brovira didn't know about anime until I told him that he might enjoy some anime. And then he got into it too. Yeah. Oh, I grew up with Diablo too. Yeah, right? I have people that grew up with games more than shows too. Like some people just played COD growing up. I had friends that grew up mainly playing Pokemon only, right? I had people that grew up just watching stuff on Disney Channel, watching stuff on Nickelodeon. So yeah, there's lots of forms of media that people have grown up with, right? But it's so cool how so many of us are able to connect and have, you know, seen similar shows. Or like, for example, never did I ever think that there are people out there that knew what Boobo was. And then I met people that knew what Boobo was. Do you guys know what Booba is? Do you know Booba? God. Booba. If you don't know, this is what I'm talking about right here. Booba. Not the booba that you might be thinking about, okay? You know, you guys with your imaginations, all right? We're talking about Booba. Booba, the kid show, okay? All right, spelled Boobah, okay? All right. But yes, that was one of the shows that I saw during my childhood at some point. Yep, Booba. In my mind, it looked like a weird ripoff of like Teletubbies when I was younger, right? And I don't think they ever say anything. They never talk. They just make noises. Like they make little like fart noises, right? And they just say "booba" and that's it. And so I remember every time that this show would come on, I was just like, I don't know what this is about. I would watch it, right? Because it was all that was on TV at the time because we had no cable. But I was just like, what is this show? What is going on? And so I feel like Booba was very much a fever dream. And then there were other shows that I enjoyed, you know, like Cyber Chase. That was cool. I loved Cyber Chase. I loved, you know, Sagwa. I loved Angelina Ballerina. I loved Fetch with Ruff Ruffman. I really enjoyed, you know, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, Between the Lions, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, Booba. Booba was the fever dream out of all the kid shows that I watched. Booba. I know, right? Yeah, like the eyes. I don't know, I didn't like the eyes either. The eyes were so weird. Like, oh. Booba. Man, I don't know what shows kids watch nowadays. Do they still watch Peppa Pig? Is that the thing? Bluey and Peppa Pig? Is that what kids watch nowadays? Peppa Pig? Peppa Pig. Oh, Paw Patrol. Isn't Paw Patrol a bit older though? I feel like I remember Paw Patrol isn't really as young as we might think it is. Let's see. Paw Patrol. When did Paw Patrol come out? Paw Patrol came out. Huh? Paw Patrol came out in 2013. That's over a decade ago. The children that are watching Paw Patrol are probably adults by now. Bob the Builder got revamped? Wait. Okay. I watched Bob the Builder back in the day. What does he look like now? What does he look like now? 2025. What the heck? Who is this? This is not Bob the Builder. He looks so human. I mean, I know he's a human, but that's not Bob the Builder. That's William the Builder. That's William the Builder. You know my Bob the Builder that I grew up with? I grew up with this. Okay, right here. This is Bob the Builder. Right here. He's Bob. Yeah, William the Constructor. Yeah, we have Bob the Builder, and then we have William the Constructor. No, what have they done to you, Bob? What have they done to you? Oh my god. Oh, he has... Oh my god. He has eyebrows. We gave him eyebrows. Oh my god. Is that the one you're talking about? You're talking about that one for Bob the Builder? I know, right? Who is that? Who is he? It's not Bob. Not my Bob. Not my Bob the Builder. And look! They gave him long sleeves! Oh no, they took away his long sleeves. They gave him short sleeves. Okay, wait, I don't think if you're working in construction, you're gonna be wearing short sleeves. Right? I feel like for safety purposes, you might want to have long sleeves. Okay? Alright? Does he have his... Where's his tool belt? They took away his belt. His utility belt. He has no more belt. How dare they? Man. God, I love Bob the Builder though. Bob the Builder was so good. Bob the Builder. Can he fix it? Bob the Builder. Yes, he can. Give Bob back. Give Bob back. They took away his overalls? Wait, did they really? Wait. They replaced his overalls with a vest. This is absurd. Absurd, I tell you. Look at that. No more overalls, a vest. Not my Bob. Hi, Kana. Thank you so much for the raid. Hello, it's nice to see you again. How was your stream, Kana? Welcome, welcome. Hi, everyone. For anyone that's new here, my name is Elveira, and today we've been just chatting, you know, just yapping away. And right now we're talking about how apparently Bob the Builder had a revamp, quote unquote, a revamp. But he no longer looks like the Bob the Builder that many of us might know and love, right? But yeah, we're just talking about random stuff today if you want to hang out here with us. Fighting the final boss in Elden Ring. Oh, you fought the final boss? Like in the main story or in the DLC? But that's awesome! Let's go, Kana! If you guys don't know Kana, please check out Kana. Thank you so much again for the raid! And as always, whenever we get raids, this is a little something that I do here for all y'all. Okay, you ready? Welcome to the tea shop, everybody! I hope you enjoy your stay here at our tea party. Thank you. Main story? You didn't beat him yet, though? It's okay, you got this. I believe the next time you fight him, you will be the Elden Lord. But thank you so much again, Kana. And if you need to, head off and wind down after stream, as always, please feel free to do so. But thank you so much for the raid. Yeah, we're talking about Bob the Builder. Did they? I'm curious. Did they ever revamp Angelina Ballerina? Because I feel like Angelina Ballerina was a bit of an older design too. Did they ever change? Oh my god, they did! Oh. What have they done to you? Oh my god. Okay, so Angelina Ballerina. I don't know if you guys know this show, but it was about these mice, I think they were, right? And they would dance at the ballet. And so there's all this drama about like being a ballerina. And it was really cute. It was like a Sunday cartoon that I watched. And it was really sweet at times. But my god, there was so much drama that happened in the show. But this was Angelina Ballerina. I used to watch this a lot when I was younger. But apparently, they changed it up. Apparently, they made her 3D. I don't know how I feel about it. This is what she looks like now compared to back in the day. If you can find her picture. Oh, here. So this is what she looks like in 3D. I mean, I guess it's kind of cute. But I don't know. I like the old one though, because I don't know. It just, there's something nice, something very classic, I guess, about the old school art style for Angelina Ballerina. I feel like she's become like very cutesy, as opposed to, I don't know, looking more like a mouse, right? Where's her whiskers? They took away her whiskers. Oh God. And they made her pink. She's supposed to be a white mouse, but she's a pink mouse. God, I just sound like a complaining old person. I sound like a bitter old lady. Back in my day, Angelina Ballerina looked so much better. Yeah, it has like a charm to it, but it could also be nostalgia. I do admit, a lot of it's nostalgia for me too. It's because, it's very different from how I was when I was younger. Krogan, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. I think it's because nowadays, 3D is just more of a thing that they have access to, that they're just trying to, do. And it's not something that they haven't done before. Like, for example, one of the classics that had 3D was VeggieTales, right? I don't know if you remember, but VeggieTales was a classic in 3D, right? But like VeggieTales compared to like this, it's a huge upgrade for 3D models. And so I think it's cool. I do think it's a little weird, especially for a lot of us that grew up with, 2D animation. But I think, it does make sense that they're trying to make things a bit more appealing and a bit more, eye-catching, right? Especially for children. Because once again, you gotta remember, these are catered towards children, right? And then I feel like too, in terms of marketing, the 3D models might make it easier in terms of marketing if you want like 3D figures of the characters for toys and stuff. So I can see why they're trying to push for more 3D. Yeah. It's more accessible nowadays. Exactly. Shizu, thank you for the follow. Thank you. Unreal Engine. Yeah, I think 3D just appeals a lot to children nowadays compared to back in the day, the 2D style, right? Like, I remember it was opposite. I remember back in the day, I wasn't as into VeggieTales because I didn't like the 3D style. Like, oh, 3D. But nowadays, right, it's like more 3D than 2D. So I feel like more people from the younger generation might be more used to 3D. From movies, for example, like Madagascar and from Ice Age, right, that they grew up with. I guess those are a bit older, but you know what I mean, right? Like a lot of animation for a lot of movies nowadays are 3D, right? Like a lot of Disney movies are 3D style, a lot of Pixar movies are 3D style, and so it's become more of the norm. So I feel like because of the 3D style, a lot of the cartoons are appealing to that style that a lot of children might know from being exposed to big company movies like that. I know, Shizu. Oh my gosh. That was part of your childhood too. That makes me really happy. I loved Angelina Ballerina. Welcome in for the first time too. I think computer-generated art is more affordable than hand-drawn, so you're more likely to get the 3D art from computer-generated CGI. I think it depends though, because I feel like that when people try to make the argument for like 3D models versus 2D models, I think it depends on how they're making the 3D models, but 3D models can, you know, be more expensive than 2D actually, you know? So I feel like it might be more work to have it hand drawn, but you know, it doesn't mean that it's more work or less work in 3D, right? So I think it just depends on how they're making it. But yeah, when it comes to like, for example, in the VTuber realm, right? When people compare like 3D versus 2D models, you know, each can be very expensive in its own way. Each, you know, has different types of ways that they're made, right? In terms of how they're drawn or how they're developed. But it can still be, you know, similar levels of work in terms of like how extensive they are, right? And so that's why people will say like, oh, 3Ds cost more, right? But there are 2D models that cost like, you know, a lot of money too. So I think it just depends. But yeah, both 2D and 3D are a lot of work in their own regards, and they are also expensive in their own regards too. It just depends on I guess, in terms of like for a kids show, what is appealing for children, right, at the time. So maybe they just kind of found out that 3D might be more appealing for children. Yeah. Oh my god, speaking of 3D, does anyone know this movie? Do you guys remember this movie? Please tell me you guys know this movie. Do you guys know this movie? We were talking about it on the Repo collab the other day. The first Repo collab. Where is it? Where is the big drawer? Oh, here it is. Have you guys heard of this movie before? Robots? Do you guys know the movie? Never heard of it. No way, robots! It had the lady with the big... Okay, Apollo. Is that the reason why you remember it? Is that why you remember it? Because of the big robot butt? Is that why? That's the movie that was supposed to turn people... Huh? Excuse me? I thought there was a red robot with the blue. No, this... So this one, right? This movie, I don't remember how I got introduced to it. I just remember I watched it in my childhood, right? And I remember it intrigued me because it had the voice actor and actress that you guys might know of, Amanda Bynes. You know, she's a very popular actress from like the 2000s, and she was the voice for the yellow robot that you see in the picture in the middle. And so I remember that stuck out to me because I was like, wait, that's her voice. I know that voice. I know that one. Right? Because back in the day, my mom, she really liked the show that she was in called What I Like About You. And I remember Mom Vera used to make me translate those episodes for her too. But yeah, Mom Vera used to watch What I Like About You. I didn't really care about it, but I was like, okay, Mom, I'll translate for you. And so I remember when I watched Robots, I was like, wait a minute, that's her voice. That's the girl from What I Like About You. Oh yeah, yeah. Later on, I found out she had a show called The Amanda Show. Right? I never watched it because I think by the time that I was watching stuff on Nickelodeon, it wasn't airing anymore. Right? Because we didn't get cable until I was a lot older, and so yeah, I never watched The Amanda Show. But yeah, my mom though, My mom would always get me to translate the show that she was in. Yeah, there's a red robot in the movie. Yes, there is a red robot in the movie Robots. Yes, yes. He was the like goofy one. He's right here. He's just kind of like tucked away. You see him? He's right there. He's just sideways. Right there. Yeah. I just remember the scene at the beginning made me so sad, you know? Like where it's his family of dishwashers and then how he didn't want to be like a family of dishwashers, if I remember correctly, right? His parents made me sad. I was just like, no. His parents, man.
Elveira.
Amy's! Thank you so much for the resub at 58 months. I hope you enjoy your emotes as well as your sub badge. Welcome to the tea shop. I hope you enjoy your stay as a tea bun. Thank you, Amy's. Yes, all the love and all the hype in chat, please. I'm trying to look for... There was another robot from the movie that I remembered. I'm looking for them right now. Let's see. Because it was like that typical story that they always do, right? Where it's like you have the robot that's into the guy, but then the guy's into like another robot, but then the robot that he's into isn't really a good robot. I thought it was so funny too how they, I guess, like showed the way how robots have kids, right? I was just like, oh my god, they made him. Like actually put him together, right, as a robot for their child. Oh, his parents were so cute. God, I kind of want to rewatch Robots now. I haven't watched it since I was super little. Yeah, they added the volume switch. I remember there was like that one scene, right, where they turned his volume down because he started to cry. Stuff like that. It was so charming for movies back then. Hi, Walrus. Yes. No. This is not where babies come from. Hi, Walrus. Welcome on in. That movie is known for two things: the big behind robot and upgrades. What is this big behind robot you guys are talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. I do not remember a big behind robot. She's... Wait! Oh my god. I did not remember her at all. But my goodness. Okay. I can see why you guys remember her. Okay. I see now why you guys remember her. I didn't remember her at all. Wait, why? I remember... The only thing that I remember is that they went to go see her and then they were trying to dodge her, right? Because she kept getting in the way. But when I was younger, though, I didn't really pay attention to, like, her butt. I just thought, wow, you know, she's kind of... You know, she's about to knock them out. I didn't remember her until I saw a clip of her this year. I didn't remember her until I saw her now, after you guys brought her up. Because I was just like, what are you guys talking about? Who is this robot you keep bringing up? Yeah. We got a lot of circuits in there. Yeah, Yeah. You see, like, nowadays, right? Like the people of the youth grew up with Baymax. Back in my day, I grew up with robots. It's like, there's people that grew up, with robots. There's people that grew up with Wall-E. There's people that grew up with Baymax, right? It's like different tiers of robots that you grew up with. God, I'm old, chat. I'm old. Yeah, Aunt Fanny. That was her name, right? Yeah, that's right, Ryder. Aunt Fanny was the first love of every... I don't know if I can say that she was my first love. I don't know about that, Ryder. You can have her, you guys can have her. I think I'm okay. I don't know who my first favorite character was in movies. I know. I think, was it? I don't remember, actually. I don't think there was like a character in any of the cartoons that I watched where I was like, oh yeah, they kind of look nice. They kind of look nice, right? I think for me, it wasn't until... that, remember? I talked about how I've talked about it before, but there's Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I remember, I think I was in middle school when I watched that movie, and I thought he was kind of attractive, for Harry Potter. Harry Potter's actor in that movie. I was just like, oh, I don't know why, but I think he looks kind of nice in the movie. But then after Prisoner of Azkaban, I was just like, oh, never mind. I think it was specifically just that movie at that age for me that I thought he was attractive. And then after that, I just never thought about it again. But I guess that was like the first time ever that I thought someone was attractive in a movie or a cartoon growing up. Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe. Yeah, in Prisoner of Azkaban. But I was like, what, 13 at the time, I think, when I watched it. Apparently at around 13, Daniel Radcliffe was being confused to a 20-something... Wait, what? Confused to a 20... Huh? Oh, what? Mistake? I don't see it. I don't see Daniel Radcliffe and Elijah Wood looking similar. I don't really watch a lot of documentaries about celebrities. I don't know. Like celebrities, I watch movies, but I'm not really into celebrities like some people are about them. Like for me, I think I'll watch the movie and then I'll be like, okay, cool. I like that character that they played. But I don't really dive deep into celebrities like that. Or with like K-drama actors or, singers that I like. I enjoy the content that they do, but I've never been, I guess, interested in their lives, I guess. I wasn't really parasocial. Are you seeing the new Marvel stuff? Oh, I did not. Why? Did they release something on the Marvel Twitter? Marvel Rivals Twitter. Hi, Red! Welcome on in! How you doing today? Welcome. Oh, they're showing season 2 stuff! Wait. Let's watch together, shall we? Alright, hold on. We'll skip the video with the 24 dates in 24 hours. We'll watch Marvel stuff instead. Let's see. Marble wobbles. Alright, everyone say goodbye to Aunt Fanny. Okay, let's switch over. Let me see. Man, I'm still waiting on some more Squirrel Girl skins. I feel like, I don't know, I want a new one. I like the skins that they have for her now, but there hasn't been one yet that I'm just like, oh, that one, I need it. For Squirrel Girl. It makes me kind of sad as a Squirrel Girl main. I'm waiting for more Squirrel Girl skins. I want one that when I see it, I'm just like, that's the one. That's the one that I want to use on my Squirrel Girl. Alright. flashbang. I'm sorry. Okay. Let me pull it up. God, what is this poo-poo quality? Doo-doo quality. Alright, let me pause. I'm gonna grab you guys again, okay? You guys ready? Okay, alright, let's react to this together. What is this? So this came out 10 hours ago on the Marvel Rivals website or Twitter.
To all our new guests from across the timelines, I welcome you to the Hellfire Gala.
Oh my goodness! Season 2 trailer.
Welcome one and all to Krakoa.
Whoa, wait. Okay. We got some new skins. Oh, they look so nice. All right. Okay.
This living island
Okay, we've seen these skins already.
may be a sovereign
Is it a gala theme for the season 2? Wait, that's so cool.
mutant nation.
Okay, we got Luna skin. We have a Wolverine skin.
But tonight,
We have a Scarlet Witch skin. Oh my gosh, she looks so good.
our home
Oh, and then this one we've seen already. We've already seen this skin for Loki.
is yours.
Oh my god, it looks so good. Okay, that's a pretty good skin. They look so cute as a couple.
Honored guests, I propose a toast to
Wait, is that Hela? Is that Hela?
Krakoa. Here there are no
Oh my god! And then you also have some like, is this supposed to be like more X-Men themed skins for Magic and Mantis?
rivals. Man and mutant
will be exterminated. You all belong to
Wow!
To me, my X-Men! This is a fight for our survival!
Then try to stay alive just long enough to see my way. As the age of Ultron
Is he a new character? Ultron? Or no? Is he not a new character? Are they debating us? That'd be cool though if Ultron was a new character. They know what they're doing though. My god, her personality is so big. Oh my god. The way they introduced her though. Jesus. Right here.
All our new guests from across the timelines, I welcome
My goodness gracious.
you to the Hellfire Gala.
Okay, we'll watch it again without me pausing, because this is really cute. This is a really cute trailer for season 2. No pausing, no pausing.
Welcome one and all to Krakoa. This living island may be a sovereign mutant nation, but tonight, our home is yours. Honored guests, I propose a toast to Krakoa. Here there are no rivals. Man and mutant
will be
Cute.
exterminated. You all belong to history.
To me, my X-Men! This is a fight for our survival!
Then try to stay alive just long enough to see my way. As the age of Ultron begins.
That's cool though. That's really cool. I like the theme. I like this theme. I don't know why. It's such a nice like breath of fresh air, I feel like, for the theme. I love the outfits though. It's so nice. Oh, her name's Emma Frost. Ah, okay. She looks cool. Emma Frost of Krakoa's Quiet Council cordially invites you to attend the grand return of the Hellfire Gala. What does she do? Is she Oh, okay. Here's her gameplay. So there is gameplay of her. Let's see what she does in battle. So she's a new character, right?
Pervious!
Whoa! Okay, let's see what she does.
The white
Oh
queen's
my!
reign-
What the in the jiggle physics? What kind of ZZZ jiggle physics did they implement?
The white queen's reign begins.
Oh my, ma'am?
You deserve
Oh, she
that,
kind of plays
dear.
like a Scarlet Witch
Mind crush.
and Cloak and Dagger. Oh, she shields too.
You were beneath me.
She can. Okay, so she can also tank Iron Man's ult. Okay. I think that's a very big counter right there. Wait, is it true Captain America can also tank his ult too?
Yes. Pathetic.
Oh my gosh, she just grabbed him in the chokehold and then I went, oh, look at that. She's
Pathetic.
they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing when they made her say that voice line. She said pathetic and then threw him on the ground.
How embarrassing. Kneel, peasants!
Peasants! She called them peasants.
That's white queen mind control.
Okay, so she's a what is she? Is she a tank? Is she a tank? But my god, they really put the investment into her physics though.
That's white queen mind control.
I thought Marvel had already, appealed to a certain fan base already from the graphics of the characters, like the models, but now they're applying physics. Okay, she's a tank. Oh, she's cool. I feel like, yeah, I have been wanting to learn tanks more just because I feel like nowadays you just, like in the quick plays that we've done, it's just, there's rarely people that want to tank anymore. And so maybe she will be the tank that people actually want to, play more as. So that's nice. I'll probably try to learn her. I don't know if I'll like main her or anything like that, but I'll probably try her out. Yeah. Just to have a tank again, along with my Hulk. I only know how to play Hulk. I can't play other tanks. Or it's not I can't play. I haven't tried the other tanks yet. Is there anything else that came out for Marvel? Let me see. Man, but still no Squirrel Girl. Kind of sad about that. Okay, so they're showing off the Scarlet Witch skin. They're showing off the what the heck is a new Hawkeye skin, I think. They have a new Thor skin. Or here, you guys want to see it? I'm just kind of scrolling on the Twitter. Okay, so here's the new Hawkeye skin, I think. Right?
It's too easy when you never miss. Nowhere to hide. Woo! I never miss. Making the cut.
Oh, very cool. Alright, so that's the new Hawkeye. And then this is the new Scarlet Witch skin. Okay, don't get me wrong. I like the skin, but I don't know. I feel like I know Scarlet Witch is known for iconic, all red attire. But I feel like I want something different. Just a little different, just like a change in color scheme or something. Because even though it is different design-wise, I kind of want to just see something different, Or that maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just me because I play her a lot too. But I just want something a little bit a bit more, you know, yeah, like jazzy, more pizzazz. Yeah, right. It's like it has similar color schemes for all of her skins. And then we also have. Is that it? Oh, here's Thor's new skin.
Thus I smite thee! Behold the
God of Thunder! See, even this looks similar, but it still has a little bit change of even like the color scheme along with the different look of it. So it does stand out compared to it. And then I think that's it. Oh! Did you guys see this? They added a twerking emote for Venom. Why? I've seen so many Venoms use this emote over the past couple of matches that I've done in these 2 days. I And then I think that's it. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, and then Moon Knight. I don't know how I feel about it. They had this skin come out for him recently, but in my opinion, it kind of has that that for me, you know, it's like so similar in colors to the other ones that he has for his other skins that it doesn't stand out too much, you know?
The moon haunts you! Say good night.
They're buffing him and Bucky. Why? They did this already. They already buffed up Divers and they buffed up Spider-Man and now they're buffing up Bucky and Moon Knight. What's next? They're gonna buff up, I don't know, Iron Fist again? God. I mean, Moon Knight's okay. I feel like he's someone that he's hard to deal with if people don't focus on him, right? And then he also has that game-changing ult that he has. But I don't know. I think Moon Knight, he's pretty fun. He's not too, I feel like, make or break in terms of what's it called? In a team, I feel like for example, there are counters for him. Like just for any character, right? There's always counters for characters. And so even if they buff it, there's still counters that can counteract as long as the counter can counter well. Okay, let me... Oh, they took her team up away. I mean, she didn't really get anything from the team up. It was more so Magneto that got her team up, right? If you teamed up with Magneto. Feels Magneto, man. Doesn't really affect Wanda if there's no team up. Because her team up didn't do anything for her. But alright, chat. Okay, I think I have yapped enough for today. I think my voice is starting to give out at the 3-hour mark. Holy moly, I can't believe I really chatted for 3 hours despite having tech issues today with my game. But I hope you guys enjoyed though. I hope you enjoyed my just yapping for 3 hours. But yes, I will go ahead and head off now because I just saw that it's 9 p.m. So I should probably go ahead and go grab some dinner since I do want to do an earlier stream tomorrow. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, okay? Let me switch over to the scene over here. All right. Okay. Let me move myself over to... That's not it. Oops. Okay. Okay, everybody. I will be heading off now to go grab some dinner, like I said. But tomorrow, once again, I'm gonna do like a short stream. It's gonna be unarchived, okay? It's just gonna be a quick stream tomorrow. And so, if you're able to make it, it'll probably be either at my stream time or maybe a little bit earlier tomorrow. Maybe like at earliest, like an hour earlier before my usual stream. But yeah, I'll stream tomorrow for a little bit. And then it'll be unarchived, just like a little bit of a something, a special Friday stream, a secret Friday stream. Yeah, but yeah, that'll be tomorrow. So until then, as always, my links are right here if you guys want to check me out. I do have my Twitter, my TikTok, my YouTube, my Instagram. I recently posted a new TikTok a few days ago if you want to check it out. You know, it has the song that I've been obsessed with recently. The Love Live song from Ice Cream. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow for a short stream. And then I'll be back on Saturday. Saturday, I'll officially be back, and we're going to be playing. I don't know yet. Oh yeah, Saturday is a free game day. So Saturday, I didn't know what to play on Saturday this week, and so it's kind of up in the air right now. There are no plans set for Saturday, and so I'm just gonna hop on stream on Saturday, and then whatever mood I'm in for, then we'll play. Who knows? Maybe Saturday will be a Marvel Rivals day, or maybe Saturday will be the Forest day, or maybe it'll be a Repo day. I don't know, but yeah, Saturdays is a free game day for me this week. So we'll see. We'll see what I play on Saturday. But thank you so much, everyone, for stopping by today. Like I said, I do want to find someone to send over to. She's a telepath and she can turn her skin into diamonds. Oh my gosh. I feel like, yeah, I've been learning a lot about different characters in the Marvel universe that I didn't know about. Like, for example, I didn't know about Cloak and Dagger until I played Marvel, right? I only knew about the ones that I saw in the movies growing up. So a lot of the characters, I'm just like, I did not know about this character until Marvel Rivals. But thank you, Japes. Thank you for letting me know. And welcome on in, by the way. Hello, hello. But yeah, for anyone that is tuning in right now, I'm so sorry. But yes, I'll be ending here for today so I can go get some food and then get ready for tomorrow's earlier stream. Yeah. Let's see who is online right now. Who do we have? Oh, we got a couple people online right now. Let's see. Oh my gosh, we have someone playing Pokemon Unite. We have some Nuzlocks. Okay. I think I will send you guys over to this person today. Yes. Okay, so the person that I'm going to send you guys over to today is going to be Ashy. Ashy is currently doing some Comfy Fields Mystria. So if you guys want to say hi to her with me, please feel free to do so. But yeah, you guys know about Fields of Mystria. You've seen me play before. If you have not, it's a farming sim. And it looks like she's a bit further than I am. So maybe she has met Calderus. So you can see what he looks like potentially in his human form. I don't know. But yeah, we'll go say hi to Ashley, okay? So the raid message is going to be LV Bunny. We'll just do comfy raid today. Alright. This is the message. If you guys are a subby, if you guys are not a subby, you can copy this message right here. Okay. Alright. Okay, everyone. Raid is going to start as of right now. But thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much to those on Twitch and on YouTube. If you were here, hang out with me as I, watched a bunch of videos, or if I was just here yapping about random topics and you popped in during my random topics, right? I hope you enjoyed. But yeah, thank you so much for all the follows, the subs, gift subs, the resubs, the bits, the raids, and most importantly, thank you so much for your time. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. All right. Okay, raid is going to start as of right now. Okay. Let me copy the raid message as well. Yes, don't forget to hydrate. Don't forget to stretch and walk around. Oh my gosh, Little JJ! Little JJ, thank you so much. Thank you for the resub at 19 months. Thank you. I hope you enjoy your emotes as well as your sub badge. But yes, don't forget to hydrate, stretch, be kind to others, and especially, please be kind to yourselves. I'll see you guys again, like I said, tomorrow for a short stream, and on Saturday again for a proper stream. Alright, see you guys again soon. Bye-bye. Matane. Have fun with Ashley, okay? Bye, everyone. Also, check out Turley's debut tomorrow. Turley, debut tomorrow. Bye.